Go back into your own party.
Wow. Good evening. Here at Snetterton, the Group A. My co-commentator tonight is video my camera. Should be quite interesting there from the Group B lads.
Sorry, Dean, I don't know if it's reflecting on the actual coverage, but I can actually barely hear you. You keep cutting out.
Very. Do you think Daniel?
Good evening, everybody. I think that Dean is having some problems with his pad, so while he gets that sorted out, I'm Daniel Francis, who you may know me as TMLS 313. I'll be co-commentating with Dean today. Obviously, this is qualifying for the Snetterton round of the THR series. We're in Janetta Juniors right now. We're watching Iceman LUFC, who's generally one of the front runners in this series. So why don't we go on board with him to have a look at a lap here at Snetterton. So he's coming out of the hairpin there, which I'm reliably told on my circuit map is Wilson. Coming now into Palmer, a fast left-hander. As we see, comes out today, he's got a lovely bit of speed coming out, so it's really important to keep your speed up through there, slowing down into, like I to another fast left-hander. You need to just pop down a gear or so for here. You can probably make it without doing the gear, but it just settles the car a lot better. Into Oggy, slowing down here. And I can hear something in the background, so I think we may hopefully have Dean with us now.
Yeah, I am back.
That sounds a lot better.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. As I was trying to say to you, Daniel, because of the silly pad, what do you think last night to this track?
I absolutely hate it. I think for me, it's my arch nemesis of tracks. I never go well here.
I think some corners can catch out, really, but
yeah, I'm very much someone who likes to throw a car into the corners, and I was able to do that in the Formula Rookies, but it just didn't work with anything else. But you've got a good mix of corners. I mean, obviously you've got this really nice fast right-hander we're going through now, Coram, and then coming into the really tight chicane of Morris and onto the main straight. But I think it's something where you really need to have a style which takes full advantage of a nice settled car.
yeah.
And that doesn't really help me. What did you think?
I quite enjoyed it, in all fairness. I did well in it last season, and I've done well in it again in this season. You're right. There's some slow corners.
Yeah.
And then there's some really fast, like this one where Iceman's going around now. That's you can go really fast around that corner in Rookies. Yeah.
So we've done a lap with him. Dave Biggs obviously is fastest at the moment, so we'll go back to the track side. 2:02.355 is what it's saying as first place, but for some reason Iceman is faster.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, this game has some of the best bugs. Oh, here we go. We're now down to 2:02.355 for him, which is definitely faster than we was before. So yeah, it looks like sorry, not Dave, Dom, isn't it? Dominic Biggs is currently on pole.
Yep. Only 12 runners tonight then.
Yeah, but we do have the return of Tyler, I notice, in 10th place.
Nice to see him back here on the grid.
Obviously the founder of the league, he's been missing for well, a good 2 or 3 rounds now, I think.
Yeah. Nice to see him back.
There we go, back into mode. He's got a car in front of him. I'm afraid I'm a little bit out of practice with the Group A lads. I'm not sure what the colours of the cars are. I'm not quite sure who that could be in front of him. I don't know, Dean, if you've got access to the list there. Do you want to say who we want to have a look at?
Yeah, come on, both Gary. Come. With Gary.
We'll go with Gary. Gary, who's in third at the moment, so just finishing a lap now. Oh, and it won't be a very fast one, and commentators curse as soon as we go on to him.
We'll go on with NJ. We'll give NJ a run. He's just crossed the line.
Yeah, just crossed the line, just passing the green car. I'm afraid that's about as good as I can get at the moment.
I think that might be Sutton.
Just have a quick look. Yes, he's got the yellow car. Oh no, it's just his teammate, I think.
Which I think is it? I can't remember who his teammate is. Hopefully Sutty can put a decent lap together, because I know he's been quite good in practice through week. Saying that.
You practice most nights, don't you?
Yeah, plus Gary, I know he's quite fast in these as well. And Phil.
Just looking at the trying to look at the table, but I think I'm probably reading it wrong.
You don't want to be touching curbs in these cars because it just send them to the other side of the track, which I realised that last night.
Yeah, they can really put you. I mean, especially when you come down into this one here.
Oh, the
That big
sausage cone.
Sausage cone on the inside, and we see there NJ making a hash of it, as I think we all probably did last night, and I think most will at some point tonight as well.
Yeah, definitely. So don't forget, Paul, put your votes in who's going to get, who you want to get pole and who want to win the race.
Yeah, it's good to see we've got a chat room starting to fill up. We've got, I think, doesn't Matt call him the Dolphin area, who's Don Productions, I think, isn't he?
Yep.
He's in there. Obviously, you're talking in there. We've got Smithy Smith. Is that CC Smith from our League B?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm thinking? Yeah. And Keenan's there as well. He's watching in the office after everyone's gone, so hopefully he's not going to get in trouble on that one. So it's good to find out people are actually working in offices still.
Shall we go on board with Tyler for a lap?
No, because he's in the pits. Let's go back to Gary. Let's see if we can cause him to spin again. We have actually got qualifying complete there, and well, I've unfortunately been looking down trying to read the tables. We have seen Iceman has gone fastest now with a 2:02.122, but we know Gary will give everything he can until the end. He's got a nice little run on Avisato, his teammate there. Should just about pick up a slipstream on the Bentley straight. Very important here, especially in qualifying. Those extra few miles an hour could make a difference.
Definitely.
The top is very, very close. The top five, just about a second rid of each other. So, we're seeing so they have a Sutty, his teammate has gone wide there. If it is Sutty, it's not going well for him. He hasn't actually set a time yet.
No, I don't think he's setting a time.
Oh, he's in the pits, isn't he? So no, it is his teammate who must be Candy Master, because he's just improved. We'll just watch Gary across the line. Can he improve? No, he doesn't. There's the green one, it's Monkey Boy. So apologies for Monkey Boy for not recognising you. As I say, I've been away from Group A for a few weeks and I'm not sure what's going on.
So, Iceman takes pole, D-Big second, Gary third, Keegs fourth, Matt Abramovich fifth, Little Leach sixth, Mazda seventh, Tyler House eighth, NJ ninth, Phil 10th. Who else is there?
There was Monkey Boy and then Sutty.
Sutty. Alright then. Race time. You need to get away very quick.
Yeah, and not hit each other like I think we spent a lot of time last night as a group. On the starts, there were some shockers.
Yeah, definitely.
It's Group A boys, I think. We're still waiting for him to sink here. We're not getting any sound of any lights. What do you think, Dean? If Iceman gets into the lead at the first corner, will he just walk away, or is he going to?
I think with the second corner, really.
Yeah.
As soon as you get past that second corner, you can get a very decent start. We've got 3 red, green, and we are off at Snetterton for the first race of tonight in the GT5s. Good luck to all the racers.
Back himself from Keegs there, up into the lead already.
He's sent it on the first corner there. Matt Abramovich takes the lead momentarily.
Wow.
Oh, bit of contact there. Might not be happy with that one. Oh, more carnage.
These are meant to be the good guys. I'll just leave it on this because it looks like we've got 3 to 1 now. Luckily, just pulled out of there.
And Gary has took first with Little Leech close behind him. A little nice pack there with D Biggs, Matt and Monkey Boy.
Matt takes Don Biggs.
He's just done a sooty send it move it. Oh, bit of contact there, bit of tyre rubbing. Oh, Matt's gone a bit wide.
Oh, somehow he missed Monkey Boy.
Might not be happy with that, but just got to keep his head down and keep.
And then they take him. So back to the front, so we've just seen Kigs go off in third.
These cars just remind me of the Cars film.
They're actually really nice little cars in real life. I've been lucky enough, I've not driven one, but I have sat in one. They are very, very, very small inside. I had an old friend of mine who actually won one in a BTCC competition. And they are cracking little cars.
Matt's fallen down to 9th, Sooty up into 6th. I think he can improve.
Not the best of passing places that last corner.
And Iceman, as it stands, is last.
What is going on with him?
11th. NJ 10th, Matt 9th, Mazda 8th, Phil 7th, Sooty 6th, Monkey Boy 5th, Keeks 4th, D Biggs 3rd, Little Leech 2nd and Gary 1st. And Tyler looking to send it there, but
Little Leech has got just about half a second behind Gary now.
starting to pull away the top 4 or 5, well 5 cars starting to get a bit in their own little pack.
It looks like those other 4 are still absolutely together, and in fact it looks like it's more than 4. I think Iceman will be catching to make it all the way up 6 pretty soon. Oh, is that Matt? Or?
No, I think that was. I think that was Phil. It wasn't. No.
Phil's in red. It must have been Matt. It's the second white car.
Yes. And Jason sent it on time. NJ going a bit wide there. You got to be really careful on some of these corners. If you touch the curb, it's just sends you into a donut. And Gary's pulled nearly a 2-second lead now on Little Leech, so Little Leech must have had a slowdown or something. And Smithy Smith says, go on, Little Leech here. It's like Mazda's matter pushing. Sooty's gone down to 8, so it must have been Sooty that went off. Iceman still running in last place.
Sorry, Dean, I was talking there and I was on mute, so you didn't hear a word I said. But,
Just saying that. It's like Sutty's gone down to 8th. He must have had a slowdown or something. So that someone's off.
Yeah, Sutty did a 205, which was slower than Phil. It looks like he's had a moment around the back there.
Tyler is up to 9th. On the back of NJ. Has he got the slipstream? Is he going to send it? Nope.
No, you need to get a good run out of this corner to pass, and it looks like he has got it. It's got to have a good run, or you need the other guy to have a bad run. But look at Phil, he's gaining on them both. Tyler into the first corner. Oh!
Ooh. I thought there was going to be a bit of contact there.
Oh! Oh dear.
And Tyler is
a big one for Tyler.
But I think he managed just to come back on the track just in time before any cars could come behind him.
Yeah, meanwhile we've got a battle for third. Don Biggs, Keeks and Matt who's gone to the back of this.
And Sutty's up to 6th.
Sorry, it's a battle for second. Yeah, Sutty back up to 6th. He's picked up a penalty. It might only be a second, could be something worse.
Hopefully he can just concentrate on in front on him and don't look behind. Foot down.
Meanwhile, back at the front, second place, Little Leach. He's got Don Biggs and Keegs in his slipstream. Keegs is looking racy.
This could be interesting to the finish. This could.
Yeah, we're on lap 4. We've got 1 minute 50 left. So depending where Gary is exactly, I think we'll be on the last lap or second to last lap. Just trying to look. I think it'll be tight. So I think Gary might actually even be able to just slow down enough. I'm not sure this is the last lap.
It's just in front.
Yeah, he's only just in front, isn't he? So
there's 3 seconds in front of Little Leach.
Sorry, the map isn't showing on my screen here. I'm having to look at the coverage, which of course is a few seconds behind.
Ooh, and
oh dear.
Keeks went a little bit wide there, and it let Keeks in. Can Keeks push for second? Interesting battle this is for the last podium spot. Could DB get it back, or will this how the race will finish?
Yeah, and looking back further down the field, we'll keep the pictures on here for the moment because I think it's the most interesting to look at. But Iceman is now up to 10th. He's passed Tyler after he had that incident earlier. He's on the back of NJ and Mazda and Phil. So we'll just look how this goes on here. We might be able to switch down, but I think Keeks is going to have a nice little slipstream here, and so will Don Biggs.
Is he going to do a such it, stand it, move it on the chicane? I did it in the Porsches on him in the week.
Yeah, up the Bentley straight. Slowing down for Brundle, just pop a gear or two, and then hard on the brakes. Nelson.
He's got the stream.
Well, he tried to make the move as he comes through corn. We make the move into Norris. That looked like he's looking on the outside. That's probably not the best thing to do. Just keep your momentum going and either send it here or make sure you get the best of exits there, which he hasn't got.
That might be a slowdown.
Might be a slowdown, and Gary's crossed the line to win.
And Keeks comes third. Podium for Keeks.
So this is the other battle on the track. Iceman looks like he's not had the best of races for him. It's
I think there was just a bit of content in the first to second corner.
Oh,
what a nice way to finish.
Monkey Boy crosses the line to complete the race.
And who got the fastest? It was Gary. So Gary's won the race and got fastest lap. So Gary's Little Each second, Keeks third, D-Big's fourth, Matovich fifth, Sutty Apex sixth, Phil seventh, Iceman eighth, Mazda ninth, NJ 10th, Tyler House 11th, and Monkey Boy in last place. That's your GT5 results at Snetterton.
And we can see there were some penalties. We had a second for Sutty, 3 seconds for Mazda, 2 seconds for Tyler.
First, who's on again for an interview?
Well, I think we have to go for Gary, probably. First race, first winner.
I'll get Gary an invite sent out.
Will be the Formula Rookies next, my favourite of the cars. Just looking, Gary is posting in the chat, Fazio Lapio with Gracci della Gracci. Some kind of spelling of that anyway.
Congratulations Gary on a nice win in Fazio Lapio.
Yeah, Fatty Dean, that was quite nice to do, considering I don't really like the car, but I do like the track, so that is one good thing.
How did you find it out there?
Yeah, it was alright after the first hairpin incident. I don't know, Biggsy just threw it up the inside and pinballed everyone, and I was the one who managed to escape, luckily.
Yeah. Yeah, well, quite a bit of entertaining race that way. A bit more,
yeah,
bit cleaner than the Group B bads.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, right. Yeah, I see the few places behind me kept changing every now and then I see Sutty creep on the leaderboard, so I knew something was going on behind.
Yeah, Sutty had a good race there. Hats off to him, bless him.
Yep.
Since he didn't even qualify.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gary, it's Daniel here.
Hi Daniel.
Looking at the table, you were 13 points behind Iceman. He had a shocker of a race there. I assume he was probably caught up in that incident which you referred to, but I think that should send you into the lead of the series. There's only a couple of rounds to go.
Happy days. I didn't really know I was in for a shout, so I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, 13 points behind, so I'm just trying to get to grips with this. So yeah, 35 for a win. Yeah, you'll definitely be leading.
Oh, happy days. Still plenty of competition to do in the next few rounds.
Yeah, Rookies next. How do you feel?
Yeah, like I said, I like this track. It suits me driving, so hopefully I'll put it on pole and get away is the plan. But anything can happen.
I'm using my technique, Gary.
What's that?
Foot down, brake a bit.
Foot down and get away.
Yeah, just like I did.
That's the plan. I'll try and do a repeat of you, Dave.
Just don't look back, look forward.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll be a little bit quicker than you.
Yeah,
hopefully, yeah.
What I did.
Alright, Gary.
I'll try not to.
We'll let you pick your livery then, mate.
Cheers, boys.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Catch you later. Cheers.
And just looking in the chat again, we've got Tyler says good evening everyone. Matt Duffin, Matahamovich is asking what happened at turn 2. I think that's the big question on a lot of people's lips there.
Yeah, definitely.
Kieran said everybody seemed to carry on going left. Probably not a good idea on the right-hand corner, and Matt seems to think that, well, I assume it's 3 people to take him out as opposed to car 3.
Then Tyler has just put up the THR boys.
So that's, who's he in the team with these days?
He's with Gary.
He's with Gary. Well, they've got 2 different liveries there, so that's not a good idea.
He's with Gary.
That's what I thought, but they're both in blue.
Yeah.
Dean, there's been a couple of comments about a possible echo on the stream, or can hear some commentary. Have you got anything in the background which might be doing that? Because I haven't.
Is that better?
Yeah, that sounds a lot better to me. I could hear it too, but it was enough to ignore. So,
there we go. We're sorted.
Matt's just put in the chat that Sutty says he's changed and he's on the wheel now.
Oh, this is going to be very interesting for Sutty then. I know he's quite fast on that wheel in these. So we're now at Snetterton in the Rookies, my favourite car, as you could tell last night from Group B. Fast Joe Lappy out.
I think you can tell me as well. I love that car, to say I love the car you can chuck into corners, and you can definitely chuck that one.
Definitely.
So let us know in the party if the audio issues are fixed. If not, I don't know what else we can do, but it's good to know. So, what are we going to look at in this one?
We'll go on.
Suggested.
Keegs.
Did you say Keegs, or you broke up again?
Yeah, Keegs.
So Keegs, there he is.
We'll go on board with Keegs for a lap.
Yeah. So I'll just keep out at the moment. It's quite a long way round to go. My laptop's just died again, so I've lost the footage. That's okay. Where are they? Just rate 4 Agostini coming up into Hamilton. So still a good few corners to go. Through the fast left-hander.
I love that corner.
What do you do with it, Dean? Do you just lift a bit? Do you go flat out? Do you change a gear?
Flat out. Brake a little bit, then flat out.
I was going to say I can't take it flat, but nearly flat. And Pete's warming his tyres up.
My tyre's warm by 4th corner.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not the usual sort of one you'd warm the tyres in the Rookies. They're normally pretty good on warming the tyres up. Obviously we've got the Clio's coming next. And it is after it, where it's really important. Nice line through there, setting himself up nicely.
For me, it's all about that last corner for your run for your lap. If you take that too slow, that's you ruined your lap.
So we'll go on board with him now. Coming down into Norris. Oh dear.
And that's what can happen. So
And he'll probably lose this lap and the next lap for that. Or he might have slowed down enough, hopefully for his sake. So, should we look at someone else who...
we'll go on board with Sutty.
Sutty, on the wheel.
On the wheel, let's have a look at him. Just about to set a lap.
Yeah, and it looks like he's got Keegs in front of him, so we'll be able to keep an eye on Keegs as well. Or is he 2 behind Keegs, maybe, because that looks a bit yellow.
Me on that corner, I'll flat out.
Yeah, that's absolutely flat. And braking gear just after there's an orange marker just coming down to it on the wall. See it maybe so often. I think it's the end of one of the fences. That's what I use there.
Flat through here.
You go flat. Wow.
Halfway right corner, back on power.
So lifting the letter, yeah. Sutty was doing more like I was. Now hard on the brakes, down to second.
Then flat. That's it.
Again, nice little bit of drift. What you want to do in these, isn't it? Just drift it through the corner.
That's it, ease off then flat again. He's off.
Into
Flat now.
Yeah, deceptively slow corner that, isn't he? You think it's not going to be as you're approaching it, and you have to remind yourself.
He's off now, flat. Get into the slipstream. So to send it on chicane. I just slow down a little bit for chicane. Just let it roll on.
That's it. Just a slight lift there. Oh, and yeah, that's it. If you can
That's
actually
it.
then swing the back end out, you get a really good one, but it's not the easiest of things to do. And you can see how much he's closed up here.
This should be a good lap. Maybe a 2:07.
Is he being held up now?
Yeah. Now.
Oh, he's definitely now. That's that will compromise him a little. You might make a bit of it back with the slipstream. And he comes across the line. And goes fastest at 2:05.
I think that one here might.
Got Matt in second, Gary third, Wiltshire fourth, Pete, Tyler in sixth. Good showing from him.
Yeah, definitely. A 2:09.
And he's fast for an Iceman, so is this Iceman's bogey trap? There you see the two THR cars looking completely different.
Gary in his slipstream. What anything? Yeah, I think Tyler's holding it.
Are they actually working together? Is Tyler pulling Gary along? Will he move over here on the main straight? Gary nicely tapped. Definitely closing. Tyler does move over. I think we're seeing some team tactics there.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's start watching Gary. What will this do? He's 1.3 seconds off Sutty. Sutty, of course, definitely had a lot of slipstream assistance in there. And I think with what happened to him in the last corner, there's probably still a good half a second we could find, but he probably did make up more than that in the slipstream, so it swings around about.
A 2:04. And Tyler does a 2:05.
And that's with moving over, and of course Tyler now will hopefully, from his point of view, Gary will return the favour. Kieran in the chat says a Group B pole was a 2:06.4. So we're 2 seconds quicker than was you one pole last night or was it somebody else?
Not me. Kieran Watt for a split second.
Of course, yeah, that was that one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good battle that was. I think I was about fifth. As I say, I like these cars. I can do well in these cars. It's going to be absolutely gutting not to qualify next week, but that's my own punishment for myself for my stupidity.
Ooh.
Oh dear, Gary.
Well held.
Now, what will he do? Will he just lift enough to get Tyler into his slipstream? I think Tyler's a little bit too far behind, but Gary's obviously lost this lap time, so what's it look like? He's flat out on the throttle. Tyler mentioned in the chat that I'm a touch quiet, so apologies for that. I had some comments last night that my microphone picks my breathing up, so it was right in the back of my head, so moved it a bit closer this time. I also haven't got my fan on, which was the other possible reason last night.
Yeah, I've turned mine off. Not in now.
So that's Gary. He's not going to improve on this. Tyler, he's dropped down to 6. He could possibly.
Gary goes even faster.
Wow. I mean, Gary didn't have the slipstream this time. He didn't have the best of laps. As we saw him around the back of the circuit.
Iceman's just gone pole with a 2:03. Wow. What a lap that is.
2.5 seconds faster than last night.
And Matt has gone second.
And only half a second off. So we'll drop down. Let's see who should we have a look at now. Higgs has gone into 5th. He's obviously has set some times.
We're going to Little Leach.
Little Leach down in 8th for the moment.
Yeah, go on, Little Leach.
He's I'm just trying to work out where he is on the circuit. He's Agostini. So that's the one where you have to slow down. Not a lot of choice on that one. As you said, there are some very tight corners, aren't there?
And that's qualifying finished.
Oh, Tyler has now he has apologised for having the wrong livery, so maybe he can punish himself for it.
These are absolutely fantastic lap times, Group A lads.
Let's just have a look where Iceman is on the circuit. He's a bit further round, just coming up to Coven by the look of it, so can he improve? I think, is that Matt behind him? Yes. So let's watch these two across the line. We know Matt's fast. Oh, and Iceman, that's lost him that lap. Goes straight into the pits. Matt looked like he got a good line round there. Can he do enough to pass Iceman here? It's only half a second he needs to find.
I think done it.
No.
No, it doesn't.
Gary, meanwhile, looks like he's already finished. Dom's in the pits. Keegs has just finished. Tyler, I think he must have finished. Yes, he's coming down to Montreal. Lil Leach has just finished, which leaves Monkey as the only other one, and he's coming up through Coven. What can he do? Down in 10th for the moment. 4 seconds off and 1.4 off Mazda in front of him. Not the worst line we've seen through there tonight.
No, definitely not. Did he improve?
I don't think so.
No. So, Iceman takes pole, Mata Abramovich second, Gary third, D-Biggs fourth, Keegs fifth, Tyler House sixth, Such Apex seventh, Little Leach eighth, Mazda 9th, Monkey Boy 10th, Phil 11th, and NJ in 12th. That's your grid for the rookies.
NJ quite off the pace there. 7.5 seconds.
Yeah, sometimes I like it. It just depends what moving really, I think, sometimes.
So waiting for everybody to sink in. We saw Iceman roll a bit there. It's not actually him rolling, but same with I think Matt. Here we go.
Here we go. 3 green lights, and we are off. And Matt's got a blistering start there. What a start there from Matt Abramovich.
They're side by side going into the first corner.
Hopefully there's going to be no carnage in the first corner.
Keegs up to 3rd, Gary just pushed out to 4th. Where he's going to have a look as they come down into Montreal.
Keegs is just that's one out. You need a slight bit of contact, and that's 2 other people off in the background there.
So what we got, I'm afraid my screen is showing 0 seconds for everybody at the moment, so I can't work out where people are. Iceman involved in this battle for 2nd, 4 cars.
And Tyler 3rd. Iceman 2nd, and Vic still in 1st.
Gary dropped down to 6.
Oh.
Iceman wants this one. Oh, that's Keeks. And is it Tyler or Gary?
It's Gary.
Gary. Oh, it's a shame. Keeks. Great start. Now we have Tyler up to third. John Biggs and Monkey Boy hot on his heels. Meanwhile, Iceman has taken the lead from Matt. Come down into the right hander, both through there nicely.
Yeah, definitely. Nice clean and...
Oh, not for Monkey Boy though. Monkey Boy well off. NJ's up to 6.
Yeah, we need to do this challenge where we have to rapid
Then Iceman leading Matt. He's got 8 tenths of a second, so it looks like Iceman now possibly got Matt in his pocket, but it's still 8 minutes to go.
Still plenty of time to catch up.
Tyler, a couple of seconds behind Matt. Then we have a battle for 4th. Gary leads Dom. Master 2 car lengths behind. We've seen some battles into this Montreal hairpin, which actually has been renamed. Now it's now the Wilson hairpin, also named after one of my contemporaries, Justin Wilson, from back in my racing days. Sadly, we lost him in IndyCar a few years ago. I also think that Gary and Dom are closing on Tyler. They've dropped Mazda a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely.
Now Gary's passing Tyler. As he let him through, is Gary faster? Flash of a light there. I think that was definitely some more teamwork from these two. They're working well together.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Gary will be pleased to have his teammate back tonight. But that has slowed Tyler down, and Dom will be in his slipstream coming up the Benton straight. But Tyler actually closed up on Gary there. Oh, and Dom just takes a bit too much curb, but I think he's gone away with it. Dottie has dropped down to 11th with Monkey Boy, both of them with penalties.
He should have stayed on pad.
Meanwhile, Dom still on Tyler's gearbox. Come out of the last corner, up to the main straight. Another one where you can get a good slipstream. I found in these cars last night that not quite enough to pass if you both have a good exit.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Did you do much passing? Obviously, I didn't see much of you that race because you were up front.
No, I didn't. I only passed Kieran because he come off. We just up with your lap times, huh?
Yeah, no, I was having a couple of battles down there. Fantastic one against Rebby for the last couple of laps. Good car to battle in, but also a dangerous car to battle in because you've got those open wheels, and if you get them locked together, then it doesn't help either of you.
No, don't.
So, meanwhile, Gary pulled out 8 tenths. If we look at the front, Matt has now dropped 2.5 from Iceman. And is it just my eyes, or is Gary closing on him?
I think he is closing on him.
As you say, he's dropped Tyler, he's now a second ahead of Tyler, and if anything, I think the field itself is closing, isn't it? It's not just Gary closing on Matt. I mean, Matt's dropping a lot of time here to Iceman, so I think Iceman had a better exit coming onto the Benton straight. Matt is up on his lap time now. Have a look at Mazda. He's got Phil in his slipstream. I think just ahead we've also got little Trev with Keats in his. Let's see if we can get all four of them into the same shot. Just about can.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh, Keats having a look on the outside into the last corner. That's probably never going to work.
No, but someone's off him.
Oh, and that's Mazda. Mazda wide, he took a penalty for that one.
Yeah.
Of course, if you go off on that last corner, you don't have a lot of time to lift off there. When you're going to start another lap, it does penalise you pretty much immediately.
Yeah, it does. Matt is nearly 2.5 seconds behind Iceman.
Well, what's happened here? Tyler, right behind Gary. Gary, right behind Matt. Has Matt had a problem? Probably not. Looking at his time, he's still 2.3 behind Iceman, so I think with the time he was losing, it's probably the same place we'd expect him to be in.
Yeah.
So the field definitely closing together. Dom has unfortunately dropped off a little bit there. Will we see the THR boys here use those team tactics to get past Matt as Gary is right on Matt? Sorry for the camera issue there.
Oh, is it one inside? Oh, dear.
Oh, Matt, that's not the best of driving. Data news, Matt's not like that on the track.
Oh.
So look what he's done to Gary. Tyler will come through. One THR as a go instead. Here comes the other one. All together. Is Gary going to give Tyler a go? As we go into 2 minutes to go, so I say we're probably about to start the last lap. Long old lap here at Snetterton. We're only going to get 5 laps in this race.
Oh, Tyler sent it.
And Gary having a look, 3 wide. Matt losing 2 places to Team THR. Tyler pulled in front of Matt. Then Matt did actually take Tyler. Coming down into the hairpin. There's Montreal on the board. There's Wilson. Don't think it matters which one it is. It's both. Tyler having a look at Matt.
Nice clean driving there.
Good to see. I think we've seen Tyler and Matt. I've had a few coming together over the early races of the season when I was still about. Obviously, I think Tyler's missed most of the races I missed anyway, so I don't think I've missed much on that. And oh, Tyler sends it.
He's done such a send it move there. I'm so to be proud of that one.
Oh! And look at Dom Beggs. Tyler is ahead. Has he got the momentum going into Bentley straight though? Is Matt just going to be able to slipstream straight past? He's right on his gearbox. Tyler goes wide.
Matt third, or is that a tactic to let Gary get a bit more forward on track?
I can't say anything about teamwork in this race, I'm afraid, after last night. And Matt goes wide and lets Tyler back through. Dom Biggs now has a Jaws moment, as it's called elsewhere. He smells blood.
He's easing off. It's a THR ball.
Matt did go a couple of wheels off there. Will it be enough for a penalty? Will it be enough to give Dom momentum? No, I don't think it will. Meanwhile, Iceman has won the race.
D Biggs has come third, he's got a podium. Tyler's come fifth.
Tyler had a penalty, that's what's dropped him down. So Tyler was, I think, third on the road, but fifth in the standings. And that's it.
So, who got fastest lap? I think it was Tyler House got fastest lap.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think so.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Tyler got fastest lap. Iceman first, Gary second, D-Biggs third, Matt Abramovich fourth, Tyler House fifth, Little Leach sixth, Keeg seventh, Phil eighth, Mazda ninth, Sutter 10th, NJ 11th, and Monkey Boy in 12th. Well,
So
that way.
Tyler, yeah, that's a great race. Tyler in the chat says he got a penalty for running off onto the straight, which you boys caught on stream, so I think I'll be contesting that one. Didn't gain any time whatsoever. Well, that's for you. Well, that's for the stewards. I don't know if you're now part of that, Dean, or not.
No.
No, I'm well out of it on that one. I need to apologise for all the pings on my phone in the background. That's the other league I'm involved with where I am a steward, and it's stewarding night. Every little ping is a video. I'm not sorry I'm missing that. But good race.
Very good race. So do you want to go in for a interview?
Well, we've had Gary, haven't we? He was second. Does Iceman do interviews?
Can try it.
Gary and Tyler talking in the chat as you do that. Tyler saying well done, Gary. And Gary saying that he also ran off on the straight. But he slowed down. Pass. So again, good teamwork. Maybe not planned.
Just waiting now for Iceman to join. Congratulations, Iceman, on that win.
Cheers, mate. Nice one.
What do you think to add on tracking rookies?
Yeah, it was alright. Yeah, it's just a pretty straightforward race, really. Didn't really see much action, which was nice.
It's best to get away quite early in these, especially around that track.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the slipstream, do you?
No, which I got in last night, but
Yeah.
but yeah. Go on, you go first. All right.
I can say Iceman, it's Daniel, Team LS. Obviously, easier race there for you than in the Genettis. What happened in that first one?
Oh no, mate. Minding my own business and just seemed to get ploughed in from behind. People using everyone else's brakes, which is a bit frustrating, but is what it is, isn't it? So,
Yeah, definitely.
I'd say it was just nice to have a quiet race this time.
What's your plans for the night? A few more podiums.
More the same as the rookies, mate. Yeah, just hopefully do alright in the clears and the GT4s. Then I'll just help AMH out in the Porsches and the touring cars. So that's about it, really, mate.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on, and good luck for the rest of the night, and congratulations on that win.
Cheers, lads. Nice one.
Yeah, well done.
This is ready up when you're ready.
Right, so looking in the chat, Matt commenting on THR's teamwork. Tyler saying it was good hard racing, and in fairness he ran side by side with Matt for some time, was good fun. Matt sticks his tongue out. Don't know if we should read more into that or not, but certainly from the outside it looked like the sort of racing we all enjoy.
Yeah, definitely.
Clios. How did you do in the Clios last night?
I can't remember. 5th, I think. Or maybe 4th.
Yeah, I can't remember how I did either, but yeah, my car was very, very loose. I mean, looser than it normally is. So I always run the loose setup. I'm not sure if you like a loose car as well.
I like a loose car.
It just seemed like there was no grip whatsoever on the rear last night.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to put a comment on the stream, who do you think's going to get pole? Who do you think's going to win the race? Who are you backing for?
Yeah, we've still got the racers actually discussing. Gary saying he did worry for your breast down the start straight. To be fair, everyone used their head. We saw that one. It was good, like he says. Matt then has apologised to Gary about forcing him onto the grass. And Tyler saying he braked super early, obviously in that 3 into 1, as he was on the left hand side and didn't want to drift wide and take you all with me. Oh, that's normally my my trick.
Yeah.
We have a prediction. Godolphin, Gary for pole, Gary for win, if he doesn't get punted off. Is that a challenge for some of our other boys down there? I know last night with Holty I did say if someone wanted to pay me I would take him off. Nobody did. Probably a good job because I was nowhere near him. So who are we going to go with here?
Just let him do a lap first if you want, so they get onto a time lap.
Yeah.
Let's go on board with Phil.
Phil. Well, he's still in the pits at the moment. He can go on board, but oh no, he's coming out. He is coming out.
We'll go on board with Phil.
Yeah, we'll catch up with Phil. I need to put the map and everything on.
We'll go on with Mazda.
Mazda, who's down there. So this is the livery which Matt said last night looked really nice. Considering obviously that's his team livery, I think we know where he was coming from on that one.
32. Danny Rhodes. Sorry, Stags fan.
Well, somebody has to be, don't they?
Yeah.
How are you looking for a new season? We've got our new kit being revealed tomorrow. We know it is blue and amber still.
No, they haven't really released the new kit yet, but they're signing players left, right and centre, so hopefully Stags will be up there this season.
Yeah, well I think that's probably enough football chat for some of the people there. So we'll leave it there.
Definitely. We'll concentrate on the racing.
Yeah. So let's see where Phil's up to now. Oh, he's right behind him. Same camera. Nice red and black livery on that one. I think there's one of the Mercedes touring cars. Pretty much the same. Shout out to Scott from my other league who seems to absolutely adore that livery. I'm not sure if he's watching. Probably not. I've not advertised it. And swinging it round the corner there. Are you just trying to get some heat into the tyres, do you think? Or was it cold tyres, meaning he's having the same problem I was having with that back end?
Yeah, probably. Wow.
So, let's go on board. Coming into the last corner now. We'll go for bonnet camera this time. So, exit the last corner, Morris. Up the centre straight, I don't think I've named that tonight. Over the line, starts a lap. Into Riches. First corner, lift off a bit, keeps it in fourth, straight back on the power. Having to lift a little bit there as he loses back end again, coming down. Montreal, Wilson, see the tricky tree on the left hand side. Through there,
Ooh, slow down.
Through there. Nothing saying on the left hand side, but so on the right hand side. But you would expect probably a slowdown for that. He's still on it though. Still pushing. Down into Agostini, second gear. Turns in late. Nice line through there.
Definitely.
Into Hamilton. Very slight lift. Came out of that really well. Oggies, slam on the brakes, second gear. Back on the power early.
Nice line, that is.
Very nice. Williams, lift, dropped a gear. Oh, and
Well
probably
held.
get away with that. Yeah, probably get away with that. Not going to have the best momentum. He seems to be moving into the middle of the track. I'm not sure if he's got somebody behind him. Doesn't sound like it.
No.
One of the good things about this game is you can tend to hear if there's cars nearby. Again,
Oh, yeah.
a little bit messy through there, but won't have lost too much. Into the bomb hole. Nice line. Into column. Will he stay flat? Yes, he is on entrance now. When do you lift? When do you start braking? Lifts, brakes. Down to second. Throws it into the left. Back on the power. Nice through there. There's a car over on the right. Would that be one of Sutty's team, I think, with the green on it? I'm not sure. Let's see what Phil's time is. He must have lost time. That probably at Montreal when he went wide. So it's not Sutty. Let's see if we can try and work out. No, it's a slightly different one. Keats. I think it's Keats' team. Who's Keats' teammates? Not Monkey Boy. Oh, it is Monkey Boy. So
Yeah.
whoever it was who was off has got going again. Maybe they were just staying still because there was a car coming through.
Oh, I think Sutty's teammate is Jack.
Jack isn't here. He's
No.
here tonight. He races in my other league on a Wednesday, and he didn't turn up for that either last night. So I'm wondering if he's on holiday or something.
Yeah, probably. So Sutty's on his Larry.
Yeah, Jack's normally one of the good ones. He turns up week after week. He's fast. He was a champion in my other league. So for him to miss 2 races in the same week, I'm sure it's holiday or work or something like that.
Nice line there from Iceman.
Yeah. On pole 2036. Quite on the par with the Formula Rookies times, which I think is what we were probably doing last night with the Clios.
Yeah.
And a 2035, so a slight improvement. So Little Leach second, looks like he's just about to come through column. Yep, down into nose. Lift, brake, swing the car around. Oh, that'll be well, when we slow down, it'll be a remove time, won't it? Probably remove time for both. Did he get away with it? I might not know because he probably won't improve. Unless it was a really good lap. No, nothing there. But Dom Biggs just behind him. He's gone second.
Good lap there from D Biggs.
Monkey
Monkey
Boy in fourth. Great showing from him.
Definitely.
Where is he? Just trying to work out. I think that might be. Is he coming on the Bentley straight now? Is that?
It's
No, he's coming
500s
Yeah,
on his
coming to
time.
Agostini. So we'll keep an eye on him in a second. Let's see if there's somebody else. Tyler, a bit further down this time than he was before. Same with Matt. Matt down in 8th. That's not like him.
Definitely not.
How's
Like-
he doing in the championship? Does he like this car?
Yeah, I think he's up
Oh,
for.
he's second. He's second, only 4 points behind Gary in the championship. So Matt having a torrid time. Gary we see second to Iceman. Iceman's third. He's only 9 tenths off Gary, so he's in the hunt. And Lil Leach another 10 points back. He's in 5th, so up there. And oh, is that could be Keeks? No, it's not Keeks. Is it Monkey Boy? Oh,
There's Keeks.
yeah. Have we got somebody in the wrong livery, perhaps? I can't see who. There's Monkey Boy going off. Looks like he's got some bruises. So Phil, we were going to have a look at, weren't we? He's coming down into column. I think that is. Is it? Yeah. Through column. Lifted a bit through there. Would you normally do that?
Yeah, why not? And anything to try and improve on your lap time?
I'd normally try and stay flat until you're just about doing it. And Phil's actually coming into the pits, so no time from him this time. How long's that? 40 seconds, so I think that's the end of his qualifying.
Must have had an invalid lap.
Yeah. Gary, I think he's coming down towards the end of the lap.
Yeah, I've been pushing to try and get another lap in.
22 seconds, he should make it. Iceman's in the pits, job done, as far as he's concerned.
Yeah, definitely. Does Gary improve?
Yes, but not enough.
But I think he's got another lap.
He has got another lap. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Qualifying is over, so anybody on the lap now will be okay. There's NJ in third. Good showing from him.
Definitely.
Keeg's fourth, just behind him. And appears to be raining in his universe. Got his wipers on.
Oh dear.
Yeah, don't think it's helping him.
No.
Both faster wipers. Obviously some kind of moving aerodynamic device, which the stewards might need to look at. Lil H dropped down to 6. He was running 4th, wasn't he, a little earlier on. He's doing well in the championship.
Yeah.
I'd say he was only really the four cars in with a chance for his last 3 rounds we've got now. I'm not sure there's any championships which can be won tonight. I know we saw a couple go last night, didn't we, in our league. Just scrolling through, and it seems fairly close. AMH in the touring cars has probably got the biggest lead, 41 points ahead, which I think could mean that in the touring cars, if I've got the scoring system right, yeah, AMH could potentially win it. We'll work out.
Matt's still out doing a lap.
Yeah. We'll work out later what. Oh no, Matt's finished.
Matt's finished.
Elite is finished. Tyler has finished. Good showing from him. 4. Gary,
definitely.
Of course, across the line with only a few seconds to go, so this will be the last man across. Nice and fast through there. Keeps it tucked in as he comes out.
Does he go pole?
3.5 attempts needed. It's not a lot.
No.
And we don't know. I think we probably would have seen him.
Oh, he
yes,
does.
He did it. He did it by 2.94. So he found half a second on the last lap.
Well done, Gary. Fasto Lapio. So we've got Gary in pole, Iceman second, NJ third, Tyler House fourth, Keegs fifth, Matt Abimovich sixth.
Matt wants to get going. He's started it already. Obviously down in 6th, know what he wants. Maybe he just wants to get it over and done with.
Waiting for all the cars to synchronise here at St Etterton 300 in the Clio Cup.
In the chat, Smithy Smith, NJ83 for a podium, come on. Ariel, the Dolphin, come on NJ. I think that was meant to be one sentence. And here we go. Lights.
We've got 1 red, 2 red, 3 red, green, and we are off here at St Etterton in the Clio Cup.
Looks a good start from Matt.
Definitely. People putting the lights on.
Gary, NJ wants this.
NJ trying to send it there on Gary. On the first corner.
Iceman and Matt, 4th and 5th.
Matt has gone up to 4th.
In the championship. Great start for Matt. Not the best of qualifying sessions, but he's more than making up for it in the race.
Definitely.
Right on NJ's tail. What would you do if you were NJ now? Matt's usually faster. Do you just let him go past? Hope he can mess something up in front of you?
Yeah, it's by my time. When they're like this, you just buy time because someone will make a mistake or someone will punt someone off.
Yeah, it's not worth battling with anybody at this point.
No.
If they're faster, let them go. They're going to get you over the course of the race. So you might as well do that and then concentrate on your race. And Matt all over the back of NJ. And in fairness, Tyler right behind him, and then Iceman. Iceman coming up alongside Tyler. Got a good run on him, he'll have the inside line. I think Tyler might actually be getting on Matt a little bit. Matt in NJ slipstream. Iceman.
Oh, and NJ's gone off.
Clipped him. And yeah, we have NJ off. We had Iceman off, but he's managed to save it. Tyler. They look side by side. I wouldn't want to say whether that was anyone who fell down. Is that Matt? That's Matt.
Matt Brimpovich is off.
Terrible for him.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Iceman off. Great camera shot. Terrible for Iceman. So he's down in 9th. Matt down in 10th. 2 of the championship battlers.
To the pit.
Meanwhile, Gary, the championship leader, looks like he's just running away. Well, Kieran could be keeping him honest. Oh, sorry, Keats could be keeping him honest. It's
Tyler House is 3rd, Little Beach 4th, Mazda 5th, D-Big 6th, 7th, Iceman 8th now. Phil Knight and Matt has Matt retired.
I don't know, he's just dropped even further back in a very bruised looking Renault Clio there. Someone's going to have a bit of a repair bill from this one on Monday.
Absolutely.
Perhaps it's a good job of not running at Donington this weekend. That one isn't going anywhere. Meanwhile, Iceman has got back up to 8th. Getting some good points on Matt here. There's 5 points between them, so good chance of that. But yeah, Gary still, he's now 2 seconds ahead. We've got this 4-car battle for 3rd. Tyler, Little Leach, Mazda, B Biggs. Little Leach is going for it with Tyler. They head down to the left-hander. Slight left, but then a harder brake. You want to do it in a straight line or you will lose the back end. Especially in these cars. All through there safely. I think that's the first time we've seen that in the Clios tonight.
Definitely.
Still together. Little Leach perhaps pulling a couple of car lengths. Tyler with a car length, but D-Biggs right up with Mazda. Doesn't try to send it. Probably a good idea. We see far too many crashes there. There's Iceman coming through. He'll be joining us shortly. But he'll have to get past Sutty first. So I'd assume he's still on the wheel. Do you think it's made him faster?
I think it has, yeah.
Just looking at the chat, apparently Matt, after saying a lot of expletives, Smithy Smith said that he had a drive-through.
All right.
And also Dolphin has told me off, saying that NJ's as fast as anybody in these. Don't say he should let them pass. I was only saying it as tactics. And look where it's got him, down in 10th.
I think you just have to race sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you let them through. If you can hold on to them, try and get them at the end.
Oh, Mazda's off.
Mazda?
Yep, touch the curb there.
Is that a gift for Sutty? No, I don't think Sutty's going to quite catch him up enough. Iceman still 2 seconds back. Has he lost a bit of time there? Where is he? Here he comes. I think Iceman's had a problem. He's lost some time.
Must have had a slowdown or something like that, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, and that's D-Biggs, who we're watching.
On two wheels here.
Meanwhile, Tyler on the back of Little H. Probably not going to be close enough to do anything through here on the following straight. There's Sutty on the back of Mazda. After Mazda's got off, and now Iceman suddenly back on the gearbox.
It's like Keeks had a drive-through.
Oh, where is he? There he is. Yep. Yep, there's Keeks doing a drive-through. Did we have some jump starts? Is it some something later on? We did say Matt had a good start, didn't we? So I could have thrown his drive, I suppose. NJ down in 9th, he's got a penalty. Meanwhile, Tyler and D Biggs still battling it out. Tyler is half a second behind Lil Leach. And we said about Matt losing points to Gary, but he's also losing some to Lil Leach, of course, who's the 4th man in that 4-car battle. This could be a very interesting table coming out of this one if things stay as they are.
Definitely.
2.5 minutes to go. So another lap and a half. Just have a quick look. Gary is that the Bentley straight? I think he's just come onto.
Yeah, it's about 5 seconds up road.
Yeah, so they'll finish this lap and then one more to go. There's D Biggs, 8 tenths now down on Tyler. Meanwhile, Iceman, half a second from Sutty. Let's see what it looks like for him in the slipstream. You can see there Sutty having a cheeky look at Mazda. I don't think there would be anything to be gained from have a look at how much time Iceman just pulls through that corner. But he's going to be right up with Sutty coming onto the centre straight this time. Bit of a probably a confidence break there, I'd have thought, from Sutty.
Yeah.
Now, is that going to be enough? Is he going to have enough momentum coming out of that corner, added to the slipstream? These cars, not very powerful, but they've all got the same engine. If you can do something with slipstreams and momentum, you can do it. And Iceman goes left, goes right. Sutty holds his line, doesn't play any tricks. Sutty now taking the defensive line. Iceman sends around the outside. You're not going to be able to do that with that hairpin.
Nope.
Can you get him on the switchback? No. Good defensive driving from Sutty. Meanwhile, Tyler and Dom Biggs and Little Each are all together. Oh, and D Biggs.
Bit wide there. A bit late on the break.
Tyler on a podium. Good comeback for him tonight, I think. He's looking refreshed after a few weeks off.
Yeah, definitely.
I know in the early going when I was still around, he hadn't really taken to his move up to League A. But for me, he looks like a totally different driver tonight.
Definitely. Must the break what's done him good then.
Has a look, no, Little H, he's not having any of that. Oh! Oh dear. Don't think there was any contact there. Need to see a replay, but I think it was just losing it under braking.
Yeah. So looks like Gary is won the race. Looks like Tyler's got a penalty. Dropped to 3rd, 4th, 5th. Oh, he's dropped down to 7th, Tyler. must have got a big penalty for that. He's dropped to that. Tyler's dropped that last place.
He must have had a 35-second or something. That obviously is the biggest penalty the game will give you. 34.
34-second penalty.
Wow. Be interesting to hear his thoughts on that. It might be someone to see if he'll come in.
Do you want to try and get Tyler in?
Yeah, let's try and get Tyler in.
I've just sent him one.
Or is he too chilled from his time away?
Good evening, Tyler.
Hi guys, you alright?
Yeah, what happened there?
What was that, sorry?
What happened there with 34-second penalty?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it quite constituted a 34-second penalty in fairness, but same effects, like you guys said, you called it absolutely spot on the stream. Literally lost it on the brakes trying to go around the outsides. Had to cut the corners, I didn't take anyone off. Asked me to return to third, but obviously by the time I got around the track to slow down, I'd already crossed the line. So yeah, got put to the back.
Unlucky that, because you did a really good race there.
Yeah, I know, it's good to be back. I've had a couple of weeks off. It's like Daniel was saying, it's like almost like a different fella out now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, now you've got a ring round the finger. You're pretty excited.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely buzzing, mate.
I thought it would be.
That's good fun. The racing's been really good tonight. Hi, Daniel, mate. You alright?
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, you definitely looked completely different driver to the last time I saw you racing on here. I think it's fair to say those first couple of rounds in League A weren't quite to your satisfaction, but tonight you're absolutely on it and there or thereabouts.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to be fair, boys. I mean, you've got to bear in mind when you go up a different league, you're used to racing certain people every week, kind of for the whole season. And you come up, you've got new racers, new cars as well, new tracks, so it takes a bit of getting used to, but it's starting to feel good now.
Great stuff. What are your hopes for the rest of the night? You got any cars you're particularly looking out for now? You think you're going to do the best?
Not really, to be fair. I mean, at the minute, because I missed a few rounds with obviously what's been going on work-wise and engagement-wise, and all this kind of boring excuses. I'm just kind of looking out for Gary now, to be fair. Like we had in some of the earlier formulas, if I can get him a toe on the qualifying, I can let him through, then I will do.
Yeah, always good to help your teammate when you've missed a few rounds, but don't go too far.
No, I'm not giving up a race win for him.
Yeah. Can't fault you.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you pick your livery.
Alright, cheers guys.
Thank you.
Right then, so Giannetta's GT4s. I hate these cars. Combination of this car and this track for me last night, I barely even bothered to qualify. How do you find them?
Well, I think I got fourth, didn't I? I qualified fourth.
Yeah, very demanding car.
Yeah.
Takes a while to heat the tyres up. When they're heated up, it's not so bad.
My tyres were heated by the before the sausage chicane on the first lap.
Yeah, they don't warm up for me. I have no idea what it is with them, but
flat out held on brakes. That's the way forward.
Yeah, well, here we go. We're going into there. I mean, track looks a bit wet in the picture. Unfortunately, we've got a dry day at Snetterton today, which I think probably the same for a lot of the UK.
Yep.
But we've got a big weekend of motorsport coming up. Is there anything you're particularly looking forward to seeing?
Well, for me, it'll be the first time I'm watching it. So it'd be good to watch than playing instead of playing a game and actually watching it on the telly. I might be able to learn a few tricks.
Yeah, well, obviously we've got the F1, we've got the touring cars. I think there's something else as well. I forget what it was, but
I don't mind.
It might have been actually thinking football. It might have been the FA Cup.
Oh yeah, FA Cup final, isn't it? It's Chelsea. Who else is it?
I don't care.
No.
Top flight football doesn't do it for me.
No.
I'll watch it if it's on. But anyway, we've probably well gone over our football quota tonight.
Definitely.
And, you know, and barely even mentioned the word Shrewsbury and Mansfield more than once or twice.
Yeah.
Anyway, new qualifying session. Tyler in the chat says up the BTCC. That's obviously what he's looking forward to watching. Of course, we got the sad news yesterday that spectators aren't going to be allowed. Apparently, BTCC is elite sport, which I think, in one way, in the motorsport calendar, it is probably at an elite level. But when you compare it to things like football, rugby, cricket, and the way also the crowds are spaced out, I think it's a shocking decision.
Definitely.
You know, but instead we can go shopping with the wife, and then go to the pub, and then of course we'll be far safer there apparently.
Or
anyway,
you could just watch it, or just watch it at home.
Yeah.
With no cues.
Yeah. I think I'm starting to get a bit political on that one, so let's move on. So, who are we going to look at here? Anybody in the chat particularly want to see anybody? Nobody said anything yet?
Let's go with we'll go with Matt.
Go with Matt. Where is he? Right at the bottom of the list. Oh, he's on the Bentley. He's got another car right behind him. He's behind, I think that's probably an MJ or
Key.
Green. No, Keys is green. So, let's set this up. We've done a bonnet, we've done a roof. Let's do a cockpit.
Nice and smooth on steering wheel there. That's what we like to see.
Alright, a little bit of a wiggle coming out of the last corner, but he's got a good slipstream. He is being passed. Now these cars, as you see in cockpit, you do not get to see a lot. You've got barely any mirrors. I don't think there's too many people who race in cockpit. I know I'm one of them. I always have to turn on an extra mirror in this car.
That's
Not that I'm looking in them very often. Nice line, very good.
Definitely, nice and smooth.
And to the left. A little bit messier, but still good. Won't have lost more than probably half a tenth there. Slowing down.
Another nice.
Can't pass him. He's not going to. You can see there he's lost a little bit of time. Into Hamilton. Left. Power on. But you can see in this one compared to the early ones, on that display on the right hand side, he's feeding the power on. He's not just stabbing at it. Again, lift, slight brake, holds it, gradually puts back on. Another wiggle in the middle. And that's the difference in styles, isn't it, for this car?
Yeah, definitely.
There's those of us who are on and off, doesn't work.
Nice line.
Very nice. Just let the car slow itself down, engine braking. Another good line through there. comes out, just takes enough curb. Then column, lift, little bit of brake. Barely gone over 50% of brakes.
Lovely, line that way.
Power. Yeah. And across the line, Iceman is fastest, but Matt
Goes fourth. Not lost that much time there from Buvinovic.
Sutty goes second. No, but Matt was obviously following Keeks there, and Keeks did do 55.6 compared to Matt's 57.4. I think you could see those 8 attempts just drop off in a few of the corners.
Yeah. We'll go on board with Gary ain't set time yet.
No, where is Gary? There's Gary. Those grey and green cars are Tyler and Gary. So let's have a look. Let's go bumper on this.
Definitely.
Coming down.
2 seconds. For 2 seconds, Daniel.
Yeah. Comes out of Agostini, good line, keeps to the right. A little bit of braking there. That's different to some of the other cars where we saw drivers were just lifting. 75% brakes for that one, a lot harder than Matt was going. Onto this back straight. Holding the throttle. Pushes on a bit faster perhaps. The other car there to the left. Looks like he's letting him through. Brakes. Through goes Gary, into the left. Bit more braking than Matt had on this one. Is it faster though? All about momentum through these corners. Bad exit from one will just destroy your lap time coming through here. Round the right. Hits full throttle, then a little bit of brake, followed by a lot of brake, and oh, he's overcooked it coming out. And I think we also saw there was a green car there on the outside. But what will Gary's time be? It's not going to be great. In fact, oh, there it goes, a 1:59.86. Probably still faster than anything I did last night. Anyway, so we have Sutty second. Behind Iceman, who's 1.6 seconds faster than Sutty in second. He's found an absolute massive amount of time there. Third at the moment, Lil H, another good showing from him. Down into Agostini, brakes on. Nice line through there. Late entry, late apex, straight on the power. Unfortunately, he's just come off on the line, offline there. 2 wheels off wouldn't normally be a problem in most series. Unfortunately, in this game, sometimes you will get a penalty for that. These 1.546 off Iceman. If we actually have a look at those second, third, fourth, and even sixth time, we've got a 1.536 for Sutty, a 1.546 for Lil Leach, a 1.584 for Keats, and a 1.698 for D Biggs. These guys are absolutely together. Lil Leach now. Nice line there. Here's Keegs. He's going up the Bentley straight. D Biggs comes down into Murray's. Nice line through there. Iceman in the meantime has set another fastest lap. He's now 2 seconds ahead of everybody else. Can D Biggs close up at all? He goes second and he's only 4 tenths off Iceman. Fantastic lap there from D Biggs. Sutty comes out of the final corner. Is he going to close up? Or was it just the others had a bad time? 7 tenths improvement, still not perfect. There's Lil Leach, he's already gone through, he's coming down to the hairpin. Keegs crosses a line, 3 tenths down. Here's Matt, he's just been through the hairpin. Down in 7th. Another race where he's having a great qualifying. Tyler, 8th. After what we've seen from him tonight, perhaps another disappointing showing. Monkey Boy in 9th. He's going faster, 4 tenths up on his previous time at the first sector. NJ Oh, he's spun it. Is that coming on to the Bentley straight? Hard to tell from this camera angle. Yes, it is. Hill, 11th. Nice line through there, and Gary is in the pits. Absolute nightmare for Gary in this one. Meanwhile, Iceman still going around there, coming out into column. Lift, brake. 23 points behind Gary in the championship, Iceman in this one. But at the moment, we have Iceman at the top of the times. Sets another fastest lap, 6 tenths ahead of D-Biggs this time. And has just crossed the line with 4 seconds to go. He's made the flag for the final lap. With Sutty, third. As I was saying, we have Gary at the bottom, he's not going to improve. And Iceman at the top. Sutty pulls out. Tyler crosses the line, 5th, slight improvement for him. Matt goes 4th with his last lap. And suddenly little Leach has gone through into 3rd. Pushes Matt back down to 5th, Mazda 6th, Tyler down to 7th, Monkey Boy 8th. Keys crosses the line in 9th, jumps up to 5th, another fantastic improvement.
Definitely.
Phil comes out the last corner. I think he'll be the last man to take the checker flag this time. Can he make an improvement from 11th? I'm
not quite sure, I did not see that.
No, didn't show it, and yeah, he jumped up to 10th there. So do you want to go through the grid? We've had a fantastic lap.
And there's Iceman, who's got pole, D-Big 2nd, Little Leach 3rd, 4th, Keegs 5th, Mabinovic 6th, Mazda 7th, Tyler 8th, Monkey Boy 9th, Phil 10th, AJ 11th, and Gary 12th.
So Gary, 23 points clear in the championship, starts from last. Iceman, that's second place man. He's actually 41 points clear of Jack, who's not here tonight. This is definitely going down to just Iceman and Gary for the last couple of rounds. How many points can Iceman make up on Gary here? Will it be enough? Will Gary come through the field? Over to you.
2 red. And it's go. The Jeanette.
Great start from Little Leach. Fantastic start from Little Leach.
And he has
still 12. Oh, and that's D-Biggs. Oh, is Iceman been caught? Yes, Iceman has been caught. He's around. I think he's getting away from it. Meanwhile, Gary up to 10th. Iceman 8th. Gary now is in front of Iceman. It's all gone wrong. And in fact, is that Iceman going wide again? The camera's not showing. And Iceman is down to 12th. Oh, everything just switched around there from what looked like a fantastic position. It's all gone away from him.
But luckily, he's got plenty of time to get back up the grid. D-Biggs has got one there.
That'll be a slowdown. He went miles off.
And again, Matt jumps into 2nd.
Great recovery from Matt after a poor showing in qualifying. Up to 2nd. Can he reel in Little Trev?
His teammate, and Sutty's still running in 4th. He could catch up with D-Biggs, maybe.
Gary up to 5th after that terrible qualifying. Iceman's already up to 10th. Oh, come through here. Much cleaner than it was before. Meanwhile, Matt is now within a 2nd of Little Trav. Here they go. Does Matt get a better line out of there? Yeah, he's pulling down Matt. He's pulling down Little Trev ever so slightly in time, so slightly faster. Meanwhile,
Definitely.
we have a battle for 5th. Gary wants to get past Sutty, wants those points. I don't think he can wrap up the championship here. I think Iceman's still going to be too close. but he might put himself into a fantastic position for the next round.
Down. Chase.
My
Matt
dog's
is now within half a second.
My dog's being naughty. Matt up, Chip.
Yeah, Matt definitely isn't being naughty. Matt is on it.
He is. He's a man possessed.
Give me that place, he's saying in that car.
I'm not in enough, so fuck off.
Definitely.
He's down in 8th in the points in this one, so perhaps traditionally not one he's done brilliantly in.
Nope.
Just having a quick look at the chat. Gary did actually say this is going to be hard from the back. What a cock up of qualifying on his belt. Tyler, my 1 lap speed is atrocious. Smithy Smith, Gary from the back to take 2nd. He's up to 4th.
Little each made a little mistake there, and it's Matt within touching distance.
He's smelling blood.
It's a good Matt move. He's got a line through. Yeah, he has.
That's it, Matt. Great line out today. He's got momentum. He's got slipstream. Little H.
And he's got the inside line.
You're right, Dean. He's got inside line now. And Little Leach hangs on to it around the outside.
Great traffic.
Yeah, that corner's a little bit banked, isn't it? You can just about do that. But now Matt into the hairpin. Oh!
Contact, but
with D Biggs and Gary. Gary sneaks through. Gary up to 3rd. Has a look at D Biggs. Can take it. Gary is absolutely making up for his qualifying. Where's Iceman? Iceman's down in 9th. Great consolidation from Gary in the points.
definitely.
Don't write it off after qualifying. Still a race to go. So Matt, 2nd place. He was smelling blood in the water a lap ago. Now he's the one who's bleeding. Gary right behind him. D Biggs right behind him. Keegs right behind him. And Sutty right behind him. Mazda not too far back either.
Could be an interesting.
Yeah, Mazda's 3 seconds backside. I did wonder why he seems to be yellow. That's because he was Sutty. Gary's going for it. The Matt's got the inside line. But it's only the inside line for the first corner. Can Gary hang on around the outside? No, he doesn't. Thinks better of it. Tucks in. Oh, D Biggs and Keegs both touching the curb there. You can see it through them off the circuit. But meanwhile, Matt's still holding on. Gary wants this more than Matt wanted the lead earlier. Gary, has he got a good run? Perhaps not as good as Matt had on Little H before, but Gary's got the slipstream.
Flash of the lights there from Matt.
He's got the outside line over here. We did see Little H hang on, but it's perhaps one you can hang on, but it's not one you can overtake on. Matt takes the defensive line into the hairpin.
This time, no mistake there from Matt.
No, Gary on the switchback. Matt covers him. Gary is all over Matt. Meanwhile, you see there, we've got the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th. D Biggs, Big, Sutty. We'll have to leave that in the background because this battle for 2nd is taking all the attention.
Definitely. Matt
Gary perhaps lost a little bit there.
Matt there, very good line there.
I think Gary had to drop out of it, but he's already catching Matt up again. I think it's a lot easier to chase in these cars than it is to defend. Little H has pulled over a second out now. He'll be happy watching his brother trying to pass his rival.
Definitely.
Now Matt turns his lights on. Gary was faster. Matt won't give him the line. Both of them Yeah,
Nice.
just nicely through there. The three behind, they're still battling. They took it nicely as well this time. Through column. Gary stalks Matt. Matt takes a defensive line. Is that going to destroy his momentum coming out? Gary definitely looks like he's got a run on him. But Matt will have the inside line. Side by side up the centre straight, heading into the first corner.
Oh,
Gary
he
ran the outside.
He sends it. He's done such a send it move there.
Now, can he set off after his little brother, or has he still got to put up with Matt behind him? I don't think Matt's going to let this one go.
I don't think he will. What a race this is.
And I'll tell you, whilst this is happening, that battle behind, strung out a tiny little bit, but it's still two of them close, and Sutty and that far off. Meanwhile, whilst we're watching these cars, Iceman now up to 7th. We have time to go into the back of Sutty. There's only 1:15 left, so I would say this is probably the penultimate lap. I think I'll probably just get across and start another one. But Gary now, he's only half a second down on Little H. We've seen teammates doing each other favours. Will Little H do his brother a favour? I don't think so. He doesn't need to. Gary's well ahead. But Gary is absolutely there. And Matt isn't dropping off.
Definitely not. I think I think Matt really wants this.
Look at those times: 55.5, 55.2, 55.4, 55.2, 55.3, 55.2. But then Iceman 54.0.
What's a lap? It's
And
like
he's now 2 seconds off Keys because Sutty has passed Keys.
Matt has missed.
Matt has a run. Gary defensive on the inside line. Matt can't use the outside line like the Leach brothers can. But Gary is now going to have to defend when really he wants to look at Little H, and in fact he probably did just have enough of a look. But this is the last lap. The checkered flag is waiting. 3/4 of a lap still to go. 3-car battle for the lead. This is anybody's race.
Definitely a mistake from
Look
the
at
Leach
that.
brothers. And Matt will
Brother
be there.
versus brother. No quarter asked, none given. And Matt is still on the back of Gary. Because Gary has dropped a little bit off Little H. Smithy Smith in the comments, come on Little goes a bit wide. There's still another corner, Williams, before they go into the Bentley straight, but Gary is right up behind him, he's going to have the slipstream. Little H goes wide, that probably gives Gary the momentum. Is it going to be enough? Little H looked like he was sticking to the middle, but no, he's gone out onto the racing line now. Gary sends it up the inside. I think he's going to have this. He is. Will Matt now follow Gary through?
Or Little Leach defend.
Yeah, heartbreak for Little H. There's still time though, there's still a couple of corners. There's still that final straight. We have seen passing here. Is he going to send it? Is he going to think better of it? He does. And oh no, he's lost it, and Matt, yeah, it just takes him. No apologies as usual there for Matt. He takes second place from Little H on the line.
What a race that was.
Wow.
From back of the grid to first there from Gary.
That was a champion's performance. Iceman down in 7th. It's not going to be enough to give Gary the championship. There are 2 rounds left to go. He can wrap it up next time.
But I think Gary has even got fastest lap.
54.4. I think Iceman did a 54.0, didn't he? So
No, 54.9.
No, that's on that last lap. Iceman did a 54.0 earlier.
And
What will it be? Iceman 54.0, Gary 54.4. Iceman does take a point back.
So Gary is our winner. Matt is second. Little Leach third, D-Biggs fourth, Sooty fifth, Keeg sixth, Iceman seventh, Mazda eighth, Phil ninth, NJ 10th, and Tyler House finishes in 12th with a 32-second penalty.
Has he done it again? We didn't see much of him in this race, did he? Did we?
No, not at all. Shall we get Matt in for an interview?
I think it's about time, isn't it, after that race?
Oh, definitely.
Matt will Smithy Smith, not a bad prediction. Well, yeah, but you did say second. He came first. Ariel from last to first. Big, strong arm. Smithy Smith, what a bloke. King Gary. I'm sorry, but last time I was here, Gary had no fans. It does look like he does have fans. I can't even do my old jokes anymore.
Congratulations, Matt.
Cheers.
That was a bit of a nail biter, wasn't it, to the end?
No, we're good. We're good.
Nice
Clean
and
race.
clean race, very clean. So you find out? Did you find it okay on track?
For my worst car, that's my best result tonight. Yeah, car alright, to be fair, on track. That's off to Gary from last to first, so well done to him.
Oh, definitely. Where do you think you're going to be for rest at night? Do you want some more podiums for rest at night?
Be nice. But the way tonight's going, I just can't see it. I'm a bit miffed, if I'm going to be honest. Cleo didn't go the way I wanted it, so it's kind of annoyed me, so yeah.
Well, I'll try just put it behind you. Just concentrate on the next race. And
Yeah.
hopefully you can get a podium.
Be nice, but AMH joins now, so I doubt that one with him, Iceman and Gary.
Oh yeah, you got the Red Bull boys, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you pick your livery.
Yeah. Cheers, lads. Great job tonight as well, by the way, from both of you. So,
Thank you very much.
cheers, boys.
See ya. Matt Boonvich there, quite happy with that third place, second place I mean.
But he's right on something. AMH has now joined the party. Well, not the party, but he's joined the fray.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, this is.
AMH Championship leader here. He's on 136 points compared to Iceman's 110. Looking at the points which are available, it's 20 points for a win, 17 for second. So if they had a 1-2 here, 56. No, it wouldn't be enough for this race, but AMH could wrap it up the next time. But we have seen in the past AMH and Iceman can race each other, and certainly in these cars.
Definitely.
Third place there, Gary. He's probably too far behind now for the title. He could take, he could keep himself in it mathematically this time, but it'll take a lot. Same with D-Biggs, mathematically it's still possible for him. And then that's it, Jack in fifth. Obviously he's sadly not here tonight, but I think he would need to win every race with AMH not finishing at all. So I'd say we've realistically we've got 2 people in the championship for this, 4 who can do it. But a 2-horse race is still a race.
Definitely. Just waiting for everyone to ready up, getting the right cars and the liveries.
Yeah, and in fact it's been started, so here we go. We're only doing a 10-minute race. We've not moved up to 15. Are they going to do a 20-minute touring car race, do we think?
More than likely.
What do you think about that? Obviously we did that last week by mistake. I did the 5 minutes on instead of having them during the Porsche. I liked it. I thought it was much better having a long race.
Yeah, definitely. I thought about a chance to catch up a bit if you're behind, if you've got like any slowdowns or anything like that, but I think we're Long Beach.
Yeah, and of course at Silverstone you had time progression doing something very strange during the race when you had no lights in the dark.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Is that someone in the court? No, I thought it's a Porsche, sorry.
Yeah. Perhaps they could do more races next year in the dark. Who knows?
You never know. I think it might be the way forward.
I can't see it myself. Anyway, should we look at AMH or should we just ignore him because we know he's going to be on pole?
Well, you never know. Anything can happen. He could spin off.
Where is he? There he is. Black and yellow, like a wasp. Is there a sting in his tail? Is there a sting in the race's tail?
Trying to catch up with his team mate for the slipstream.
Yeah, are they going to do a Team THR? We saw earlier in the Formula Rookies that they were slipstreaming each other, helping Gary to pole position now, I think it was. Onto the Bentley straight. Tyres must be warm, he's weaving, but it's not too hard. Not as much as the one in front. And oh, that's either Gary or Tyler off. Yeah, it's Tyler. Tyler's lost it. Probably just locked the brakes up coming in. Similar to what happened to him in the race earlier, but this time he went left instead of going right.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got some tyre coldness there. Again, we were saying earlier, the Ginettas definitely need to warm the tyres up. The Porsches, I don't think they're quite so bad. I think they warm up very quickly.
Yeah, they do. I think they're a lot easier to drive than the GT4s.
Of course, GT3s, very popular throughout the world, very popular throughout the lobbies. We've got championships dedicated to GT3 on gaming. We've got games dedicated to GT3 with the Assetto Corsa Competizione title recently, featuring GT3s as its basic pack soul car type.
Yeah.
What would you drive in a GT3 championship, Dean?
Yeah.
You stick with these?
No, the BMW. I kind of like it. It's easy to drive.
Again, good lines. Puts around there. Good momentum onto the back straight. I'll admit I've completely forgotten to put him into in-car, so let's do the rest of it on the bonnet. Coming down the Bentley straight. Into Brundle, into Nelson. Hardly any brake, and what he does do, he just trails off. As you see on the race feed on the right hand side, Matahimovic, lap time invalidated, he's obviously gone off somewhere.
Yep.
Through column. Wasn't actually at oh, we've got a car off in front. I was going to say, it wasn't actually at full throttle. Lifting off a lot more than we've seen other cars earlier. And also he seems to be a lot tighter on the right hand side there. Iceman, 47.1. AMH, 48.1, a second down.
He'll make that up.
Oh, Keeks, 2 seconds behind. There's Tyler, no rear wing.
Little Leech, a 150.
Yeah, nearly 4 seconds down.
Monkey Boy,
Monkey Boy.
150. Great that from him.
Who's coming through? Anybody? There's NJ. He's got Gary, I think, in front of him. Gary goes up to third, 2.2. NJ. Now he takes third instead. Better showing from him this time.
Definitely.
Who else have we got to pass line? D Biggs. He's been fast tonight. He's around the other side of the circuit, so perhaps he lost a lap time early like Matt did. Nothing on the race feed though. Here's Matt.
Quite a bit of
Not far
damage.
behind. Yeah, a lot of damage on that car. I think he's definitely gone off somewhere. Look at that, it's all over.
As long as it's in front back, I think.
Meanwhile, Sutty, he's behind Matt. Tyler, no rear wing. Round there. Doesn't look like it's hampering. Of course, damage. It's only visual, so it's not going to be.
No.
Meanwhile, how's AMH doing on his lap as he chases down Iceman's time? Went a little bit off track there. Will that be enough for invalidation? Iceman has actually just set an even faster lap now, 46.9. Here comes AMH out of the last corner. And he crosses the line 11 seconds slower, so
That's a second. It's a lap from Matt Ivanovich.
That's it. And D-Biggs. And Keeks. They've all gone faster than AMH there. We've said before, when AMH isn't dominating, is he human? He's showing signs again now, but there's still 3.5 minutes left.
Time for 2 more laps.
NJ goes up to 6. There's Master, he's round the hairpin. Lil Leech. Lil Leech a little bit down, perhaps on his cars, perhaps not enjoying them quite as much as he has from the other cars tonight. Monkey Boy 11th. Obviously sporting the DeanWysocki's livery there.
Yeah. The
Blue
number
and yellow
one.
for Mighty Stags, as you would put it.
Yeah.
Nice line through there. Sutty, right behind him, another bash car. Now he's bashed at the front, Matt is bashed at the back. Is that 2 plus 2?
Gary's gone up to second.
Back in time from him, there's Matt. Where's AMH? Here's AMH. He's coming round, I think that was Coram. Or no, this is Coram, sorry. Down. Round to Morris. Brakes. 3/4 brake.
D Biggs has just set the fastest lap.
Yeah. And AMH actually changed gear mid-corner there, that's unusual. And AMH goes fastest. Oh well, that's it boys, let's pack up and go home. Tyler though, still hasn't set a time. And it looks like he's had another off because now the front's bashed.
A 5 I mean.
To be honest, the engine doesn't sound very healthy, which, considering there's no engine damage on, that's unusual.
Oh, it's spun again.
Oh! I know there's some who'd like to see damage on in series. What's your thoughts on that?
I think so, yeah, because then it's more real life instead of like this.
Tyler crosses the line. No time, he must have gone off.
Invalidation.
10 seconds. Yeah, minute and 10 seconds. In fact, we look on the race feed and there's 4 invalidations for Tyler. He's absolutely in the wars. But Iceman, coming towards the end of the lap. Can he take pole back? Can he at least take second back? Last corner. Very tidy through there. much tidier than AMH, but AMH was very fast. Cross the line.
No.
No. 4 attempts down. D Biggs into the pits. He's happy. Matt now into the pits. Gary comes into the final sector.
Nice
Very
respect there.
Porsche. Yeah, goes off on the grass. Good to see. If you're going to let a car through, do it on the grass. Don't do it on the start finish line. Oh, and Gary swinging it round there. He thinks it's a Formula Rookie.
What very good car control that is.
Can he improve from 4th? No. There's Iceman. He's still got a fair way to go, so let's have a look, see who else. This is Keeks. He's got his teammate behind him. Lil Leach, also first half of the track. Monkey Boy. He's early on, but Tyler in that bruised, battered, second-hand Porsche. Similar sort of colour to League B racer Swimfin's real-life Porsche, I think that, isn't it? And looks about as fast as a Swimfin's
He's actually gone 12.
online car. He's gone 12, he's being Mazda. Mazda's in the pits, he's not going to reply. Meanwhile, Gary, where is he? I think he's finished, but here's Iceman. Final corner. Was he a little wide there? He certainly looked a lot faster into it than normally.
Definitely.
Pass is a pit entrance. I think no. He must have been down. He pulls out of it. Keeks. Nice cornering. Just how you wanted. Just missed the sausage curve. I'll just check where Lil Leach is. Lil Leach is just ahead of him. Oh, he took a bit of grass going into that. Eighth, up to no improvement. Keeks though, over the line. I don't think anything happened there.
So we've got MH on pole, D Big second, Iceman third, Gary 4th, Matahimovic 5th.
And Matt wants to get on with it. And we're straight into the race. Over to you, Dean.
Right, we're just synchronising. 1 red, 2 red, 3 red, and it's green. Go, go, go in these GT3 Porsches at Snetterton 300.
AMH is gone, Iceman's gone, so battle for 3rd. I'm just joking, we will of course keep up with them too, but I think...
oh, it goes a bit wide there, Iceman.
Yeah.
And Gary's gone into 3rd.
Yeah, NJ looked like he lost it a bit mid-corner. I'm not sure if somebody clipped him on the back end. Oh, and NJ off the track there. That's a slow down, surely. B Biggs right behind him.
Keeks in 6th.
Oh, no, something's happening. There we go. Sutty and Monkey Boy. Was it? No.
Yeah.
What's happening with Matt? Matt's down in 11th and... Wow.
I think that was Monkey Boy, I think.
There's Mazda, so things are not doing well for launch racing. Is it launch racing, I think that's team?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Gary in 3rd. Is he closing on those two?
I think he's pushing.
I remember earlier in the season, Iceman did actually help AMH out. I think it was at Donington where he held up the car in 3rd. But if you ask me, Iceman is looking to take the lead in this one. I don't think there's going to be any playing silly buggers this time.
No.
He's got a run on him. Is he going to have a look at the inside? No.
But Gary's pushing. Gary's pushing to catch up with him.
They're not losing him. They are losing NJ. They are losing Phil. Those goes teammate D-Big's behind him. Good showing from Phil this time. He's been a bit quieter tonight, hasn't he? But
yeah.
There's Little H. Nearly takes D-Big's. Peaks right on the back. Meanwhile, up at the front, Andy's racing. But Gary is taking second briefly around the outside.
That's unlucky there from Gary.
But he's definitely not going to let Andy's racing just walk away with this one.
Definitely not. Gary's got a good line there.
Smithy Smith in the chat. King Gary. AMH is no more King Gary. AMH is in the building. Wow. Based on this one, AMH is about to be passed by Gary. Iceman is your leader. Maybe AMH will hold Gary up to repay the favour from Donington. I hope not. I want to see good racing between these boys.
Definitely. Bit of curb there from Gary.
Yeah, but he's got good run on AMH here. He's in the slipstream. Don't think it's going to be close enough to pass, but he's certainly not going to be dropped off the back of him.
No.
Into the hairpin. Gary. Well, I think actually it was AMH going a little wide there, wasn't it? Rather than Gary having a look. And Gary puts his foot down a bit too soon.
Well held,
though. Got away with it. Yeah, he got away with it. Meanwhile, Iceman is starting to pull away slightly, but perhaps not enough to suggest anything going on. Phil 4th, Peaks 5th, Lil Leach 6th, D-Big 7th, Sutty 8th, Val for 9th, NJ versus Mazda. Mazda up the inside. Can he take the place? Oh, locks his brake. That's a shame, he had a good run on him there. Matt, down in 11th. Recovering from that with Monkey Boy earlier. In fact, Monkey Boy I think has retired, hasn't he? Because he's not showing on the list.
Yeah.
And down in 12th, Tyler. And, well, unless I'm mistaken, that looks like the car he qualified in.
A bit worse.
Which considering it got repaired during qualifying in the race, I don't think this is going to be a race he's going to enjoy so much.
No.
What's happened? Gary down to 4th. What happened to Gary? Lost 8 seconds on AMH. He's got Keegs all over him, Little Leach all over him. Phil up to 3rd. Much better showing from him in this race. But another one with a second-hand Porsche. That's absolutely gutting for Gary.
Definitely.
He looked like the only one who could take the fight to AMH and Iceman. It's definitely a much better showing here. But AMH is actually closing on Iceman, half a second behind. Takes a slightly wider line through there, loses a couple of tenths because of it, but actually is probably gaining them on the straight. Meanwhile, Gary closing up on Phil. Keegs has dropped off the back of Gary a little bit. He's got Little Leach all over the back of him now. And oh, Keegs under pressure, goes wide. Little Leach now. I think he's definitely going to have a look on the Bentley straight. I think Keegs has probably got a little bit of momentum coming out of there. Meanwhile, Iceman, his lead is down to 2 tenths. There's no procession here.
Definitely not.
And we've got 2 laps to go. 2 minutes 47 left. 1:47 a lap. They'll definitely get another lap at the end of this one. And is that Tyler in front? I think he's actually come in the pits because he seems to have had his wing put back on. Although it looks like they've probably found the one from qualifying. Tyler, I don't think that's the best he's done there. He's not letting them through. Is he doing a job for Gary, who's now up to 3rd? 9 seconds back, Tyler. He has put over to the left, I think he's letting him through, but he definitely held Iceman up a bit there. And oh, very cheeky. Loses AMH some time as well. He's definitely helped his teammate. Tyler having an absolute mare. So, meanwhile, 3rd, Gary. He's got a battle behind him. Phil versus Keeks.
Loads of battered Porsches out there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Keeks in what looks like a brand new factory DeanWysocki's supplied car. Just drives straight past Phil, who was running really well in 3rd earlier.
Sent it him.
13-6, it looks like he's another one who's got a nice new car. NJ loses it. The TV camera not so good. Have a look from the bonnet, he's back on. Nice return, nobody around. D-Big's down in 11th, he's lost a lot of time. Matt has made his way back up to 9th in another completely battered car, hunting down his teammate Mazda. Meanwhile, at the front, AMH, is he holding station? Is he going to go for it? Last lap of the race, 30 seconds to go. They aren't going to cross the line again for another lap, so this is it. This is your race lead, race second. I don't know if they're battling or not, what do you think, Dean?
Nah, I think they're just being sensible, not doing nothing silly. Just nice and comfortable racing.
But the other question is, did AMH let Iceman through earlier? Is Iceman going to give him the place back?
It might.
If he is, I think he'll probably do it on this back straight. You can do it on the start. Handing places there is a lottery. Anything can happen.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, they're holding station. There's no battle there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gary on his own in 3rd. Keegs 4th. 9 tenths back to Phil, who's trying to get past Tyler. Tyler doing another job for Gary, keeping his behind him, and now that's Keeks who's spun it, coming out of there. Phil takes advantage. Gary's on his own. That is still Tyler with a very bent Porsche. He goes wide. Let's Phil through.
Flashes the lights.
Oh, Tyler's always flashing his lights.
AMH has won the race.
Ah, shenanigans. Did Iceman make a mistake? Sadly, AMH isn't doing interviews tonight, they've said in the chat.
Yeah.
So, probably won't find out from now. Hopefully, either him or Iceman might be able to get a message to us through the chat from somebody else if needs be.
Should we get a...
Keeks?
Keeks, yeah.
Keeks for the score. D-Biggs in a much nicer looking Porsche and spins it across the line.
It was a nice Porsche.
Yeah.
Who got Fastio Lapio? I think it was MMH.
AMH, unless somebody at the back got it, which is unlikely. No.
So AMH is our race winner. And then it's Iceman, Gary, Keith, Phil, Sutty, Mazda, Mavovich, Little Leach, D Biggs, and Tile House, NJ, and Monkey Boy, who retired, and NJ retired.
Yeah, so a couple of retirements there. I'm not sure what happened to NJ. We saw him spin, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's a lap 5 retirement, which. Unless we can't get Keegs, but Keegs finished 4th, so I think it'd be interesting to hear his story. But I think we're definitely going to be in for a rip-roaring touring car race now.
Oh, 100%.
Hopefully it will be up to 20 minutes. Hopefully Matt's hearing us. He didn't do 15 minutes on the Porsche, so 20-minute touring car race. I think that's definitely needed after that one.
I don't think Keegs is coming in, so I'm gonna try NJ. Right, I'm gonna get NJ in.
Incidents there, Tyler. You look like you were driving a box. We are going to have a 20-minute touring car race. Fantastic. 10 minutes of qualifying first. Snetterton, BMW track, I would have thought. On paper.
It's going to be all
Lots of
BMWs. Alright, NJ. What happened there, mate? It's unlucky, really. Where do you reckon you're gonna think you quit this last race? Yeah. Well, I don't know, I didn't do too bad last night.
Can we just hang on a second, guys? Ariel the Dolphin said he can't actually hear NJ. So, yeah, you need to just go into your settings on the party and just allow it. Because you are actually widely requested by the audience, so they want to hear you. And I don't want there to be a riot. According to Tyler, apparently he's saying up the Millwall. Well, we've had enough football mentions tonight, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
We could hear you, yeah. We're in the same party, G. Smithy Smith said, love a man with a feminine voice, so unless that's me or Dean, I think he can hear you.
Definitely you, NJ.
Matt says hurry, he wants to get going. I think he wants to get everything done with. But anyway, NJ, you were just saying what happened to you in that race. Obviously we heard you, but they didn't.
Yeah, as soon as you get a bit of grass on them tyres, it's hard to get your grip back. Definitely. Quality, good racing. Unlucky that you had to retire though, but
well,
good luck in the touring cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they still couldn't hear you anyway, so none of that really mattered. Anyway, basically, he said spin. It was spin in that race, and up the Millwall. Gary's just said NJ's not in the correct car, so hopefully NJ, now he's coming back, will go away from the BMW, because you don't want to select a BMW by mistake, because
No.
that's, you just don't forgive yourself for doing something like that. So what car should he be in? I'd quite like the Formula A last night. And that's the only chance I'd have had. He's in the Mercedes now, same as Little H, so
We are off. We are going. This is the last race of the night. The touring cars around this lovely track of Snetterton 300.
Tyler House, Mercy. I don't know if it means he's listening to Duffy, the old Welsh warbler, or if he just wants to get things over and done with himself, just like Matt clearly does.
Yeah, I think more than likely.
Anyway, so final race of the night. What do you think?
It's hard to call, this one is, because majority of cars are BMWs.
Do you think this is another race for third, or do you think anybody can actually take it to AMH and Iceman in this?
I reckon if it's got a beam, it's got a chance. What do you think, audience?
Tell us what you want. Ariel says goodbye front left tyre, so he's obviously referring to the Astra.
Yeah, definitely.
After about 2 laps, to be honest, after racing it last night.
Yeah, after 2 laps it was cooking.
Yeah, D-Biggs is in a BMW, Monkey Boy's in the BMW, Gary and Tyler in a BMW. I think it might be worth going on board with Gary for this opening lap.
Yeah.
He's the only man who took the fight to him last time, so... what do you think of the BMW? What do you think of the BMW, Dean?
I only like the GT3 one, but I've tried it. It's not too bad. It's fast. But I think it's only got a straight line speed. It hasn't really got good corner speed. Like the Mercedes or Astra.
Yeah, after taking it by mistake and it basically ruining my night, I've since put in a lot of hours in the BMW and I now absolutely love it. I race it elsewhere. I've taken pole. I haven't taken a win yet. I've taken the pole with it. So when you can get it working, it is as fast as anything. I'd actually say it's as fast as a can. But it's so much more difficult to control than any other car there.
Yeah.
It's similar to what we saw earlier with the Ginetta about feeding the power on. Don't just stab at the pedal. If you can get your head around that on a track like Snetterton, which I haven't actually yet been on with it. I'm there in 2 weeks. I think it's going to be good round here. So let's go. We won't do cockpit because the cockpit's not very good in this. We'll go onto the roof. And already you can see he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they're all BMWs ahead of him.
Good for Gary for slipstream.
So down into the first corner.
Back on power.
That was nice. Into Montreal or Wilson, whatever you want to call it. Slows down nicely, down to second, down to first. Interesting. Slowly put the power on. I don't know about you, Dean, but I'm normally in second round there.
Yeah, second, yeah.
That's interesting for when I do the BMW. So this is nice for me getting some tips.
Put down in second.
Second again from here, so that's what I'd expect in a touring car. A little bit of what I call the BMW pull-on exit. Hard to get around that. Puts a little slide going round there. He's now being slowed down. That's a nice way to get past.
Definitely. Who's going to get pole?
Well, I think we're probably going to just have to say that's definitely AMH or definitely Iceman, one of the two.
I know Gary's quick in these.
Yeah, so now onto the back car, through the bomb hole. We know Gary's lost a bit of time there, so I think he'll probably be looking for lap 2. I mean, certainly in the BMWs, the tyres can take slightly longer to warm up, so it's not necessarily a bad thing writing off the first flying lap. And sometimes you'll want to get that out of the way, get the tyres up to speed, go through it on lap 2, perhaps do another lap, and then in longer sessions, and this is not very good as he's been put off the track. Who is that? Is it? It's red and white, so is it D Biggs? Yeah, it's D Biggs. I don't think he knew he was there. I hope he didn't know he was there. Meanwhile, Iceman, fastest. Matahimovic, second.
Good lap from him.
And that must be Tyler who spun. The Tyler is 4th.
Good lap there from Tyler, 154.
Yeah, very good. Only a 10th and a little bit behind AMH.
Very good lap there from Tyler.
AMH very slow, letting the cars through, I think. Lots of cars. There we go, back onto the racing line. So, who's going to be round the back? I think Matt's around that sort of point. Iceman, he's going to be seeing if he can improve on this lap. No, is that Colin?
Yeah.
Or is that going on to Bentley? That's going on to Bentley, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, have we got anybody out of position? Deeks, perhaps. He's up, 2 temps. Only just coming down into Agostini though. Sati. Driving the Astra. Who's there in the back? Here's AMH. AMH has got, if it's not D Biggs, oh it is D Biggs. No, we saw what D Biggs, what happened with him on the last lap with Gary. Will the same happen to Iceman? And 4/10 of a second up. Here comes Matahimovic in second at the moment. No, he's down a 10th.
Unlucky there from Matt.
D-Biggs has gone third. AMH, we know that was a slow lap. We're not expecting much from there. Same with Gary. Tyler, I think we saw him off, so that was a slow lap. Bill Leach, Mercedes. Is that the fastest front-wheel drive, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So Little Leach, fastest front-wheel drive at the moment. Tom NJ, his teammate. Then Keeks, a slow BMW. What can he do? Finds a second. Joins the BMW section. Mazda, slower, 10th. Here comes Phil, the other slow BMW. Finds a second, goes up to 9th. Doesn't quite get Little Leach to join the other Beamers. Monkey Boys around the back of the track, and there's Sutty. So, meanwhile, it's either AMH or Gary. What can they do on this lap? Out of position, you'd have to assume. Definitely with AMH, probably with Gary.
Or could Matt improve and get pole?
Stranger things have happened. They're all on the Bentley straight. Iceman's going to be first across the line. So, round column into the final corner. A lot of brakes there, much more than in the other cars. And another faster lap. Nearly 2 temps up. Gary goes second.
Wow, what a lap there from Gary.
And 8 temps. AMH goes third. Matt loses half a second. Behind Tyler there, I think. D-Biggs is already through. There's Tyler, so no, that was Gary he was behind. Lil Leach still the best front wheel drive. Phil's still down a little bit for a BMW. NJ's just gone past Phil. 1 minute 18 left on the clock. Monkey Boy crosses the line, finds 4 seconds, still 7 seconds off the car in front of him. He must be having a nightmare there. Speaking of nightmares, Sutty. Nearly 15 seconds off the pace. Meanwhile, Iceman coming onto the last part. Is that Gary? Is that Tyler? It's Tyler.
It's Tyler. What's going
Tyler
on?
has done it.
Doing donuts. Nice safe entry there from Tyler.
Yeah, it is. Gary having a little battle with his friend from earlier, D Biggs.
It's 100,000th up on his time.
Will D Biggs ruin a lap for him again now? Again, D Biggs had better be setting his own time because he is holding Gary up. But if he's on his own qualifying lap, he's perfectly entitled to that. Pushes Gary out again, but this time he gets both of them. Meanwhile, here comes Matt.
Does he improve? No,
Didn't say he did it, so I think he didn't get a time there. AMH is through, qualifying is over, so it's just anybody who's still on a lap. Peaks is down in 7th. There's Phil down in 10th. Monkey Boy coming out the last corner. Sutty crosses the line. No improvement there. Here comes Monkey. Oh no, it wasn't improvement for Sutty, sorry. Here's Monkey Boy. He also improves. Sutty now at least only 5 seconds off, so a lot better there.
Definitely.
So I think Phil's coming out of the last corner.
And there it comes. Does he improve?
Who knows?
I've only got a quarter of grid. Phil does improve, goes to 9th. So Iceman gets pole, Gary 2nd, AMH 3rd, Matt Abramovich 4th, D-Biggs 5th, Tyler House 6th, Keek 7th.
And Matt wants to get on with it.
Phil Leach 8th, Phil 9th, NJ 10th, Mazda 11th, Monkey Boy 12th, and Sutty in 13th. The cars are just synchronising.
Yeah. So just have a quick look at the chat.
This is the race of Snetterton 300 touring cars, and we have got green lights and we are off. And what a start there from Gary.
Brilliant. BMW's fast starting anyway, but they're all BMWs at the front. Can he hold on to it against the Andy's Racing Boys in orange?
Look at Tyler up to 4th.
Brilliant. THR. In fact, Tyler is up to 3rd now. Wheel to wheel with Iceman coming out of the corner. What would you do now, Dean? We heard before about AMH and Iceman slowing cars down. Would you do it to them now as Tyler? At least give Gary only one of them to battle.
I'll just go for it.
So we had a fast sync, so I was just going to say in the chat, Smithy Smith, go on Lil Leachy. Well, Lil Leach's up to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously he took the Class B pole, as it were.
And Matt's down in last place.
So it's been some problems down there. Meanwhile, Gary now 7 temps up on Tyler. So an MH who's got Tyler 2nd behind him. Tyler is just ahead of Iceman. Oh, and that's
Little Leach.
NJ off, or is it Lil Leach? No, Lil Leach is still going. It was NJ.
NJ, sorry.
Look at his four card. Flash of a light from Tyler. That's his trademark move. And oh, I think Lil Leach gave Keith a little bit of a bash up the back. Under braking. Nothing malicious, I wouldn't have thought there. Just one of those things. Gary now nearly a second up on AMH. Part of me just wants to not show this and keep away from the commentator's curse, but I think we probably need to focus on it, sadly. Iceman pulling away from Tyler. Tyler isn't dropping peaks though. And Little H is still keeping up with these BMWs. Fantastic showing.
Definitely.
But saying that, Mercedes, it's a good car itself. It's quite fast. I've been testing that as well, and I know both you and I preferred the Astra early in the season, but after the BMW now, I actually would probably go to the Mercedes. I still prefer the Megane though.
I've driven all. I don't really like the Merc that much.
No?
No, the back end comes out way too much.
But above all else, I still definitely prefer the Megane. And I know Matt had a bit of a rant last, not allowing it. And for anything between me and him, I will absolutely back him on that. Leaps and bounds faster than the BMW. It is faster, I would say, than the Merc and the Astra, but if you're going to allow the BMW, you should allow the Megane. It's the only car now which will be taking the fight at the front of these cars.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Lil Leach is doing a cracking effort in fifth, but that's in spite of the car, not because of it.
Then tyres will be glowing soon.
Ariel the Dolphin in the chat. Why was he called the Dolphin? I think Little Mermaid is far more appropriate with a name like Ariel. He says the BMW are too overpowered. This race is a prime example. It is, but I would also say that this circuit is a BMW track, and it is exaggerated here. The long straights favour the BMW. The slower corners even coming out of them, the BMW is very good coming out of the corners. It's holding it through the corners. I think where the BMW's at a disadvantage is probably through Colin, the last couple of corners. I think that's where it would be a little bit unstable, but again, a skilled driver can hold it through there and you make up so much time the rest of the track. So it's a big shame there's no Meganes in this series, but in the other series I'm in, they don't allow them either. So it is what it is.
I'm up to 11th now.
Yeah, we focus on Gary here. He's just about holding AMH at bay. Iceman probably is closing in third. Deeds fourth. Lil Leach fifth. Tyler's down to sixth. Again, I think he's a good driver, Tyler. The BMW is hard to control, and at the end of the day, one little mistake will lose you time. And it's such a car, you've got to be perfect every lap to stay at the front.
Definitely, yeah.
And that's all it takes to drop back a few. But I think Tyler's going to reel Little Leach in again, and it's still 14 minutes to go on this race. It's a long one to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice's in seventh. He's got a battle behind him, Monkey Boy and NJ. NJ's got a penalty, possibly from that off earlier. I went off in the same place, I think it was in the touring car last night. Monkey Boy goes wide, and I got a second for that, so it might not be too bad for NJ there, that penalty.
No.
D-Big's standing 10th.
Matt has gone down to last.
And look at that back of that car. Look at the front of the car. I know Tyler said that when I compared his Porsche to a box, the box might be faster. I think Matt might have the same idea on this one. He's pulling in Sutty. Obviously, Sutty, another one of the nightly testers. So these two know each other well.
Yeah, definitely know each other's lines.
Yeah, they've had some good battles over the months we've been doing this now. We have been going since April, I think, haven't we? Since the first season, first race.
Yeah.
So the guys have got to know each other quite well now, knowing each other's lines. Meanwhile, third, Iceman. He's not quite catching AMH. But I think AMH has just managed to take half a second off Gary in a couple of corners. Did Gary go a little wide? Much tighter line from Gary there than AMH.
Definitely.
Over the line. So back to 7/10 again. It's staying that way. Another Hartsville. Sorry, I've nearly closed the feed. Another battle. It's about half a second again. Is Tyler. He's on the back of this with Little Leach and Keats. Masters now picked up a penalty in 7th. Tyler, back end steps out, coming out of the hairpin. Again, it's a characteristic of the BMW. Sometimes you can actually incorporate it into your driving style.
You can overdrive the cars as well, like I do. I overdrive the Astra. That's my biggest problem, overdriving the car.
Yeah, I'm working with a racer in another league. I'm just helping him out, coaching him. And that's the biggest issue. It's overdrive. You think you're going slow, you try to go faster, you push it and you just push it too much and you end up going slow. And we see a mistake there from Little Leach. Tyler up the inside. Was it a mistake or did he pull over, do you think? Do you think there might have been a slowdown?
Might have been a slowdown.
Yeah, he pulled over and hit the grass, but I think it was the pulling over which was the tell. These three still at it. AMH back within half a second. It seems to be this final sector. Gary pulls away in the first couple of sectors and then AMH reels him back in the last sector. Now again, that's where you've got the faster corners and holding the car, and I'd certainly say AMH has shown a lot of racecraft over these last couple of seasons. So you would probably expect him to be able to hold a car probably better than anybody on the grid.
Yeah.
You know, no disrespect to Gary. He's absolutely driving his balls off here. And yeah, just look at that. So they've closed. Iceman now getting closer to AMH.
Guy's doing a cracking job, I've got to admit.
Sniffy Smith in the chat, go on Gary. AMH a little wide out there, Iceman a little wide out of there. Could they be slowdowns? I'm not sure it's quite enough. But then again, in the game, you sometimes don't even go off and he'll still give you one.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd say 2 wheels off, no problem. As long as you've got 2 wheels on the track, no penalty. The game does not like that. Maybe Project Cars 3 will be better. We certainly know you're not going to get a drive-through for anything.
No.
So AMH definitely a couple of times closer this lap.
Tyler's catching up with Keegs.
Yeah. In fact, no, Tyler just dropped down. Tyler went off. Commentators cursed and we weren't even watching him. Lil Leach now up to 4th in the, well, I could definitely say it's a Class B battle. If you take into account the other front-wheel drive cars, he's dominating it. I mean, look at that. The next one down was NJ, who appeared to be off. And he's battling with B-Bigs. But look at the power of the BMW. I hate to say it driving one elsewhere, but that is ridiculous.
Definitely.
AMH now within a tenth. Gary having to get so defensive. 8 minutes still left on the clock. Another 4 laps. Iceman going wide again. Right, I think we're at the point now where you probably would have to say the tyres are possibly going to become a factor. I know we've not got tyre wear, but you have got tyre heat, and that can make the car very, very difficult to drive if the tyre get over hot. I mean, as Ariel said earlier, goodbye front left. On the Astra, definitely, but even on the BMW, you can be affected by tyre heat, and AMH, that's not a passing place, that's a fantastic move.
Ooh, a bit of door rubbing, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no.
That's touring cars at its finest.
There you go, it's Gary, have a bit back.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah. Excuse me sir, you left some of your paint here.
Oh, that's a cracking move from Gary.
Gary, yes. I mean, do we have to be impartial here, or should we just be glad to see the Orange Boys
being defeated?
Being given a fight? Well, not even so much being defeated, but being made to fight for it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I mean, a 1-2 from a battle is brilliant. But a 1-2 walkover, nobody wants to see that.
No.
So, you know, this is brilliant for Gary. Yes, I'd love to see a win. But for me, the race has already been made. 6 more minutes, Gary, that's all you've got to hang on for. I hope you're not listening, because that probably just crushed you. Those 6 minutes are going to last like 6 hours.
So 6 laps, Gary.
Yeah, Iceman has a look. Oh, backed out. That was very well done there, because if he hadn't backed out, that was going to destroy Gary's race. But now that's dropped Iceman back just a little bit.
Getting Gary a bit of breathing space.
Yeah, but it's also made me wonder, if AMH have a look at holding station, as Iceman has got the slipstream, but he's going to be made to go the long way round. But we did see him try to pass here last time, and
he's done
can he
it.
make the move stick? AMH looks to follow through. Oh, I don't know about you, Dean, but if I was in Gary's car right now, I'd be looking to follow through as well, being on the outside of M2.
Yeah, definitely, but ooh,
He's holding it. Got the inside line.
Oh,
AMH has got this, put the swing back. And BMW versus BMW, this is about momentum, not power. So Gary's definitely not giving up.
he isn't.
AMH holds around the outside and doesn't hold it, he actually goes wide. Mistake from AMH. Another bit of humanity shown. Meanwhile, Iceman looking in his mirror. Thank you very much, he'll say. Did AMH let Iceman through earlier to have a go at Gary?
Probably,
Well,
yeah.
In which case, would they swap back round if AMH got through? In which case, Iceman will be looking to keep Gary in his mirror. 3 minutes 45 seconds left to go. Gary goes a little bit wide coming out of Hamilton into Orgies.
Good recovery.
Holds it. Good recovery, but not the best of line. He's lost his momentum. AMH on the inside onto the Bentley straight, but this isn't necessarily bad for Gary. He had a much longer line coming into it, which means he might be able to be at a higher speed at the end of the straight, and with that slipstream as well, yes, he's going to go for it, but I think we've seen with Iceman in the last couple of laps, you perhaps might want to look to be on the outside there, so be on the inside for this corner.
It's got a good line on the
Gary not giving up. I mean, you think of this, Dean, from Gary. He was with us in League 2 last year.
Oh, definitely. What a... You can tell he's very, very quickly to Group A.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did guest races pretty much all season. But he's having a fantastic race.
He is. And he's still keeping up with MMA.
Yeah, AMH is not dropping him. Although again, if it was me in Gary's shoes, I would be just looking at these lap times. If you look, Iceman's doing a 54.3, AMH 55.2, Gary 55.7. Has AMH started to slow Gary down a little bit?
Probably.
Is he allowing Iceman to pull away? It's shenanigans, but it's teamwork.
Yeah.
And this is a team championship this year. It's what's going to happen. It's right. On to the Bentley straight then for what should be the penultimate time. This is lap 10. We'll get 11 laps out of this. Gary just dropping back now. AMH possibly pulling away, but a much better line through there by Gary and AMH. Oh! Gary, can he hold it? Can he hold it? Hits the bum sign, loses it, goes round. Where is AMH now? Too far back. Wow. Racing incident in my book. AMH lost it.
Couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything. As a steward in another series, I wouldn't do anything about that. AMH lost it. The only way I would have done anything would have been if AMH carried on and didn't let Gary back through, because clearly he did take him out. But I think justice naturally there. What, 1 lap to go. AMH is 1.4 seconds behind Gary. Is that going to be enough time to make up? If he was holding Gary up on purpose, we'll see now. So let's have a look how things are going further down. 3-car battle here. Little Leach still leading Class B as Tyler and Keats door to door. Little Leach says thanks for that, boys. Tyler has another look. It's definitely a different Tyler tonight. He's absolutely rejuvenated. He's had a couple of bad races the last couple of times, hasn't he? But
yeah,
when he's on tonight, he is on. This is League A Tyler. I think we only had League B Tyler earlier.
He's not giving up, Tyler, on there.
No, Pete perhaps overdriving a bit there, trying to keep up with these two. Little H hanging on through Williams onto the Bentley straight. If Tyler's going to go for it, he's got 2 chances left. This is one of them. Will the power of the BMW be too much for the Mercedes? Little H looks like he's going defensive. He is. He's perhaps weaving a little bit. Gives Tyler enough room this time. Tyler's overshot a bit. Forced Little H wide.
For me, very well, a clean move. Well done, Tyler.
Yeah, clean move. It's racing. Yes, when I say he made him go wide, he certainly didn't push him wide. It just was a natural part of it. But now, Little Leach into the last corner. This was the other point. That's where I said if you get him, bit of bash in there. Wow. Well, I wouldn't like to comment on that. I don't know if it's enough for the stewards.
I think
it's
door rubbing.
Yeah.
And then he's touched the curb.
His D-Biggs, quite a race for him by the look of it. And he does what's now becoming a trademark, spin on the line. I hope he does realise that if licence points are on like they are, that does still affect you.
Yep.
11 for Sutty. And Matt. In a very bruised, battered, dented BMW, which I think he's slowing down at the line. I mean, we saw this last night with some idiot, but he's got nobody behind him to help. I think is he just crawling to? Yeah, or does he just want a DNF? What's he going to do? Nobody's going to hit you in the back, Matt. That was my thing. Yes, he goes across the line.
I Gary second, third, each sixth, Matt 7th, Phil 8th, Milky Boy 9th, D-Biggs 10th, Sutty 11th, and Matt Abramovich 12th, and last is
Dean, I think your mic's just dropping out a bit there. I think everybody should have hopefully got the standings. Couple of points of interest. Mazda 4 seconds. His gap with Tyler was only a few tenths, so obviously that was a couple of seconds, sorry. So obviously that made a bit of a difference there.
fastest lap goes to Iceman.
What was AMH's fastest lap? Yeah, 53.6, so he was as fast as Iceman. And both of them faster than Gary, so yeah, I'll call shenanigans on that one. But again, team sport.
Who do you want to go in for an interview for the last one?
Well, I think it's a toss-up between the Leach brothers, or why not both?
I'll go in both then.
Made electric, so if anyone tries to escape, they will be killed. Ariel, the Dolphin, clean move. Crying Smiley, I think he's talking about that last corner. Tyler, I thought that was quite poor from the Mercedes. Well, we can hopefully get little Leach's thoughts on that in a minute. Jamie Beja, classic BTCC move, it was that. And I think we should have one of the Leach's now.
Alright, Gary.
Hello, mate.
Congratulations, mate.
Hey, mate. That's hard work.
I thought you were going to win it, actually.
Nah, them boys are too quick.
You did
and
well,
they race
though.
well together.
Definitely.
You've got to give it a go, ain't you?
Yeah, definitely.
But good evening overall, so that's the main thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. You've had a good race, haven't you, really? All the way through that tonight.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Qualifying in the GT4s was an absolute nightmare. I just couldn't keep it on the track.
Not like you to keep off at track.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't make it work. As simple as that. But luckily, I managed to get through the few
Carnage, yeah.
corners and managed to pick the win in the end. But never mind.
Definitely.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
No, really good there, Gary. You've definitely moved right up to the front there with M2. Do you think it was the track? Do you think?
Yeah, I do like the track, to be fair. And I remember when I filled in Group A last year as a filler, I kind of kept on the back of him for the whole race.
Yeah, it's good to see. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, last time I commentated on this, you were Gary no fans. It's quite clear now in the track. It's quite clear now in the chat that you at least have 2 fans now.
Oh, that's
so
good.
I think I've changed that.
Moving in the right direction.
Yeah, there was actually, the last thing I did as admin was to write a set of rules which were never used, and in the rules it did say Gary is not allowed to have any fans, so at least that one would have to go.
Yeah, it's not good, is it?
Well done.
Definitely the fan favourite tonight. Quite a few cheers for you. I know in the commentary I certainly wasn't very impartial because, you know, good to see somebody giving a fight to them too. And,
Yeah,
well,
you got to try, ain't you? That's
Yeah,
the main
Gary
thing.
Saki.
Get up the front. I sort them out, but they're just too good for me again.
And Tyler's calling you Gary 2 fans.
Is he? Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah. I wonder how many fans Tyler's got. Anyway. But no, well done there. And obviously, I don't know how aware you were, although he's just left the park, unfortunately. Little Leach, your brother, winning what's effectively a Class B in the series for front-wheel drive cars.
Yeah,
Tonight.
I see he done quite well. I see people are blaming him for that last corner incident, but I think Keegs left his foot in a little bit long from what my brother was saying in the chat, so that'll have to be looked at, I suppose.
For me, it was just racing. It's last lap. Everybody's going for it, and there's nothing malicious. It was just, I want that piece of track, and so do I.
All part of the fun.
It was just a bit of door rubbing, that's all it were, I think.
Yeah. What did you think when AMH lost it coming out of the corner and obviously setting you off?
Well, my eyes lit up, and then all of a sudden I thought I was going to end up worse off, but luckily he just clipped me and I managed to hold it, so...
Yeah, like I said, yeah.
That happens when you're pushing that hard, so...
That's it, he lost it. Unfortunately, he got you, but it all worked out right in the end. I'd like to think he'd have let you back past if he'd have got ahead of you at that point because of that, but...
Yeah, I know he would have done, to be fair. He messaged me after apologising as well, so... But like I said, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because that is part of racing.
Yeah, that's it, he lost it, and you can't always target somebody.
No, that is correct.
Well, no, well done on that.
Yeah,
Boys,
definitely. Yeah.
and good commentary as always.
Thank you very much, Gary.
Cheers,
That's all right.
boys.
Yes, boy.
So Little Leach came and went. I don't know if we thought we weren't going to get onto him or not. Do we want to get anybody else in, or do we think we're about done for the night?
I think that's about it, I think.
Yeah, just looking at the chat, this thing's being said, which I don't think we need to go into. Tyler, the only door that was rubbed was his boot lid on the last corner. Still technically a door, so he'll give you that. All fun and games, isn't it? If I was in four-wheel drive, I wouldn't have spun. That's fighting talk.
Yeah, definitely. And on that bombshell...
Yeah, on that bombshell, that's the end of League A this week.
It is, and next week it is Silverstone. So
We're international, aren't we?
yeah, don't forget to tune in on Wednesday, 8 o'clock, and you will have Matt Brunvich for your commentator. So from me, DeanWysocki's, and from TMLS, Daniel Francis, we're over and out.